eyes, know this shit just not the same. Got me fighting tears and holding back this pain. I love you, girl, tell me that you love me. Got me stuck up in your game. Nobody had my back when it rained. I know you won't. You see a nigga flashing when I'm up, yeah, I'm the same one. But who won't hold it down when the rain come? Better yet, the pain come. Lost some friends when they seen the fame come. No one who had your back, I was the main one. Knowing I'm the one, homie, nah, we don't run, homie. Mama making sure I keep my gun on me. When up top, I might have my son on me. Ready for action, can't be no dumb, homie. Saying we family, then why you come for me? You was my doggy, but then you changed on me. Had an umbrella back when it rained on me. Charge it to the game, homie. Cut you out, now you can't put the blame on me. When you come around, I'm not the same, homie. Why? Mama would tell me be careful, cause they not your friends. Be careful with them hoes, they want your ends. I love you, mama. When I got that call, they said I lost my best friend. I grabbed my gang, young nigga, had to spin. I had to spin. I told everybody I'm about to make it off rap. Fat boy, the only one that had my back. I love you, nigga. Niggas is tired of running laps, no cap. I put my whole hood on the map. Fact, it's a dub. I ain't coming through your club and get my pole in it. Fans started choosing cause I'm cold with it. Hating from these old niggas. Took a couple losses, I just roll with it. Game needed life, I put my soul in it. It's a dub. I ain't coming through your club and get my pole in it. Fans started choosing cause I'm cold with it. Hating from these old niggas. Took a couple losses, I just roll with it. Game needed life, I put my soul in it. Staring in your eyes, know this shit just not the same. Got me fighting tears and holding back this pain. I love you, girl, tell me that you love me. Got me stuck up in your game. Nobody had my back when it rained. I know you won't. You see a nigga flashing when I'm up, yeah, I'm the same one. Who gon' hold it down when the rain come? Better yet, the pain come. Lost some friends when they seen the fame come. No one who had your back, I was the main one.
What? What's up, y'all? Let's get it. What's going on? What's up? What we got in here? We got Miss J in here. What's up, Miss J? We was rocking yesterday. I think we went to like what time we were streaming till yesterday? Maybe 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I don't know how long we're gonna be streaming today. We got a couple topics. We covered a lot of stuff yesterday, though. We're gonna have a lot of videos coming out on the channel. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? What's the day? I be grinding so much. Or today Thursday. How y'all feeling on this Thursday? Drop it in the comments. Who we got in here today? Who we got? We got Miss J. We already know we got Miss J. She gonna hold it down. Miss J gonna hold it down. I'm already knowing. We got some good topics though. Let everybody get in here. We got the Drizzler. We got the Diddler. He just got out of jail, but we got the Drizzler. He gonna steal everything from you. Now this was actually sent that Miss J sent this in. When I seen this, I was dumbfounded. I said, ain't no way he stole this guy's dance. Now I actually follow this guy. I don't follow him, better yet. I see him on Instagram, I see him on X, and I see him on Facebook. This dude is funny, bro. Y'all know about this guy, the single mom guy? Like this, he really lets you know you can blow up off anything. Like this dude blew up just from like champion the guys who don't want to deal with single moms. Shout out to the single moms out there. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But this guy blew up making that song. You're a single mom. Now you're a single mom. He's saying Drizzy actually stole his dance. Now this the crazy part though. We're gonna look at this video together. I haven't seen it. But the simple fact that potentially this is true is crazy. But when I seen Drizzy doing the dance, I said, yo, that joint look familiar. So just we gonna let the video run. Come on, y'all.
To address the elephant in the room. But before we do all that, I want to applaud Drake for this song. I want to applaud Aubrey for finally being who he is and getting rid of his ghostwriters. Because this beat is slamming and this song is completely barless. We can tell Aubrey wrote this for sure. More importantly, it's so expressive of how he feels, you know. This is the real Aubrey. It shows that Aubrey has the accountability of a toxic single mom. Talking about something. What did I miss? I think the real question, Aubrey, is what did you do? What did you do to make them niggas that mad? Come to find out, you're kind of known for being awful. cash apping niggas, baby mamas, flying out niggas' wives and shit.
What kind of shit is that?
What kind of shit is that, Aubrey?
Yeah, he is known for that.
I was a waiter for a long time, you know. Anybody who's a waiter, you ever have a coworker who's just, you know, everybody in their section.
Now look, if you look to the left, you'll see the dude doing his dance. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. We're gonna watch this video, but Drake actually beat up a kid in Toronto. Remember when Hotline Bling came out and he was doing the dance like this and all that stuff? He was doing that, John. I think the kid's name was like Molly G or something like that. He actually became a part of OVO and taught Drake how to do the dance. Drake never paid him or nothing like that. Then he started coming out saying like, that was my dance moves, but Drake stole it. Drake actually sent OVO to go beat this kid up to make sure he would never say that Drake stole his dance moves. Yes, this is documented. Like, I think when I seen the video, the kid was all lumped up. He was like, yeah, Drake beat me up because I said that he took my dance moves. Like, this is crazy, yo. This dude steals everything. He steals dance moves. This is legendary. Like, he's a legendary thief, man. This dude is like the Aladdin. Like, he's like a legendary thief. You know how like Aladdin, Aladdin, he was a thief, but he became a king. Like, yo, you a legend, bro. He was a thief and became a king. That's how Drake is, bro. He's like a legendary thief. It's crazy.
Loves them. They have regulars. They're very popular to the people that they serve. But as a coworker, they're terrible. As a person, they do slimy ass shit all the time. So you like, I know people love this person, but I don't like them. That being said, Drake, the way we hear that you move, it's really easy to see why your coworkers, your peers wouldn't like you. At the Grammys, all of them niggas was saying A minor. You would think somebody would feel bad for you. There wasn't a quiet motherfucker in the whole audience. Everybody was A minor. I guess because they know about you, boy. And it also seems that we all conveniently forget that Drake had a baby with a popcorn maker.
That's crazy.
Y'all forget this. You saw a woman who makes popcorn for a living and decided to go in that raw. Nigga, we going in sex workers raw? Is that what we doing out here? How often do you engage in this type of nefarious? How often would you and do you currently engage in this type of disgusting, nefarious activity? This nigga going in a sex worker raw. And then you hid your kid from the world because you weren't proud of the sex worker baby that you created.
That's crazy.
I don't blame you. You know, I'm pretty popular in Texas, so I pay attention to Texas a lot. Let Texas women tell it. Drake is the sex worker saver. If Drake like you and you strip, or you got an OnlyFans, or you half naked on the internet, or hell, if you just sell it, if Drake like you, he'll pay it. Drake will spend that money. The women are fine in Texas, so I understand.
That's fact.
You know, Drake will pay bills. Drake will pay rent, car notes.
Miss J, you down there in Texas? That's what he. Drake love Houston. Don't he love Houston? He love Houston. I mean, it's some beautiful women down there. If you got the right amount of money, you can actually kick it with a lot of those beautiful women. But yeah, he's actually known for smashing everybody's wife. Because you got to remember, the situation with him and Meek Mill, it actually started because Drake was nailing DJ Drama's wife. And DJ Drama, you know, he passive aggressive dude. He not the boy that's going to actually say something to you. He passive aggressive. His way of getting back at Drake was to tell Meek Mill that he actually has ghostwriters. Yeah. Drake had went over to DJ Drama's house to do a song. Instead, he ended up nailing DJ Drama's wife. Crazy, right? That's how all this started. This dude is he's like a serial girl nailer. I don't This guy's crazy, bro. This dude went over to DJ Drama's house to do a song, met his wife, ended up nailing her through the wall, through the floor. He nailed her through the floor. DJ Drama, he's a DJ. Is he white? Is he black? We don't know. But he's a DJ. He gets mad, tells Meek Mill, like, yo, you tough enough to say something to Drake. I ain't. God. Meek Mill comes out because Nicki Minaj in the store makes him feel a little like, yo, I'm not paying for that. Drake, it's on record. Dean from Dream Chaser said Nicki Minaj told Meek Mill, you try and get me to pay for this stuff. Drake would never make me pay for this stuff. Meek Mill gets mad, hops on his dirt bike, and starts tweeting, don't ever compare me to Drake. Don't ever compare me to Drake. That's what happened. It all comes from him nailing DJ Drama's wife. This dude is the scummiest of the scummiest. And yes, he was dealing with a schmex worker and was nailing Raw. Like, that's like a different type bull. I'm terrified. I am terrified. Now, shout out to Adonis. Beautiful child. Beautiful little boy. But the story is the story. That's how he was born, because Drizzy was nailing a Smex worker Raw. That's the story. What? Miss J, I'm serious. We got Jay. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy, right? That's crazy. It's the truth, though. This is how all this stuff started. He's like a serial girl nailer. Like, you let Drake meet your girl, he gonna try to nail. That's why everybody hates him. Like, all that, like, I think with Drake, because he wasn't accepted when he was regular, he got rich. And now he just be like, yo, I'm hitting everything. Every type of woman that ever said I couldn't have him, I'm gonna have him now. I think that's how Drake looks at it at this big point. That's how he gotta look at it. Wow, that's crazy. It is crazy. And it is trifling. Because she's a Smex worker and you nailing Raw. And you do gotta ask, like, how often do you do this? Not the Smex workers. Not the Smex workers. Let's keep going. This is crazy.
Hefty transfers, apparently. And don't just take the sex workers in Texas word for it. I used to save hoes with a mask and a cape. Now I'm like, nah, love, I'm good, go away. But that being said, the sex workers that you save in Texas would never, ever talk down to you or talk down about you in reality, because check this out. A, you be saving them. B, they love your music, especially because your music makes it sound like it's okay to fall in love with a sex worker. It is okay. Now to address the elephant in the room. In this new video, Drake is doing a dance that is eerily similar to one that y'all see on this channel on a regular basis. And when y'all was in my inbox telling me about this, and when I watched the video, I was very grateful, because A, this is going to be some great content. And I made a couple of good videos out of it. I'm not going to lie. Y'all know I'm a fool. But more importantly, I didn't create this dance. And I'm not just talking about the drop, even the arm swing motion, everything to go with it. I didn't create this. The originator of this dance is none other than Block Boy JB. Yes. Yes. If you don't remember, I told the story about when I had my niece and she was 4. Her favorite song at the time was Rover. We played that song over and over again. That being said, this song came up on my algorithm on YouTube. And when I say it came up on my algorithm, it's not streaming. He didn't promote it. It's probably his best song. And I just happened to be blessed because I had my... You see, people told me that was the gift that I was going to keep on giving. The blessing that I did, the good deed that I tried to do for my sister. Even though it wasn't really appreciated the way it was supposed to be, people told me I was going to be blessed for that. And when I tell you, if I didn't have my niece, I wouldn't have been listening to Rover like that on repeat. And if I wasn't listening to Rover like that on repeat, I wouldn't have just got this random Tuesday afternoon or whenever he dropped this shit. I wouldn't have got this random drop because he did not promote this. I don't understand why. The song is incredibly tough. It's not just the song is tough. Block Boy is nice with the pen. Y'all be sleep on my boy. As a matter of fact, hold up. I used to wear that Lacoste. Now I got Burberry all on my collar.
Shout out, bro. This is what Drake should do. Like, when he takes stuff from people, you see what he's doing right now? He bigged up Block Boy JB. Now he's actually, it seems like he's just saying his lyrics. No, he putting him on a little bit. Because he like, yo, I had you dance and all that stuff. Let me try to put you on a little bit. This is what Drake don't do. And a lot of people say the Drake stimulus package, like Drake be putting a lot of people on. He's actually not. He's actually doing what Lil Wayne did. we say Lil Wayne used to hop on people's beats and take them. What Lil Wayne used to actually do is hop on people's budget and take them. Yeah, Mike Jones, remember who? Mike Jones, he still hasn't recovered the way that Lil Wayne hopped on his budget as an artist. Yeah, that Mr. Carter John. That was supposed to be his next single. His label put a bunch of money behind that song. Lil Wayne hopped on it, became Lil Wayne's song. And it ended up being a miss for Mike Jones. But it was actually a good song. It's just it became Lil Wayne's song. So no matter if the label were to keep promoting it, it was actually just promoting Lil Wayne. So now the label's out of like $2 million and Mike Jones is getting dropped from the label. But Mike Jones didn't do nothing wrong. Like, you want to drop hit after hit after hit, and that's what Mike Jones did. It's just that Lil Wayne hopped on it and he took the hit. Let's see how Drake uses that information. Drake, in between his albums, will find the next hot artist. And he'll say, yo, I'll hop on the song for the low. I'm not paying for nothing. You and your label are going to pay for the marketing. You're going to pay for everything. So now what happens is I get to keep the budget from the song. Well, not the budget, but he also gets points on the album. He gets a hit song. And he gets to ride off in the sunset. What happened to Block Boy JB after he did the song with Drake? Never to be heard from again. That song benefited Block Boy JB for about 2 months. After that, it only benefits Drake at this point. That's what Drake does. The same thing Lil Wayne did to these artists, but he just does it a little bit different. Oh, you got a big budget with a hit song? Well, let me hop on that, John. You get what I'm saying? You pay me for it, and it's going to become my hit song. Now, you got Drake actually stealing this dude's dance moves. Hold up. Let me go back and look at this real quick. Like,
and getting rid of his ghostwriters, because this beat is slamming.
Yeah, he stole it.
And this song is completely
this is
barless.
crazy.
We can tell Aubrey wrote this for sure. More importantly, it's so expressive of how he feels. You know, this is the real Aubrey. It shows that Aubrey has the accountability of a toxic single mom. Talking about something. What did I miss? I think the real question, Aubrey, is what did you do? What did you do to make them niggas that mad? Come to find out, you're kind of known for being awful. Cash apping niggas, baby mamas, flying out niggas' wives and shit.
What kind of
Yeah, that's what it is. Everybody he collabs with, Miss J, they do fade away because he never wanted to put them on. He never was trying to put them on. You get what I'm saying? Like, and even like when he does stuff with people from different countries and stuff like that, he hops on their wave and takes their style. Like if it's a Jamaican song or something like that, he's going to hop on the Jamaican wave and take their style and their people. He never took like a Popcorn or something like that, a Jamaican artist or something like just any artist, and brought them over to Drake's side so they can be lit over here. You get what I'm saying? Y'all follow what I'm saying? Like, say if he got songs with The Weeknd, but say if he didn't have songs with The Weeknd, and The Weeknd has a certain demographic of fans, Drake will go over to The Weeknd, do songs with The Weeknd, and get The Weeknd's fans, but The Weeknd will never come over and do a song with Drake like headlines so he can get some of Drake's fans. It's always one-sided. He actually does the same thing Lil Wayne did, but he does it in his own way. He's still stealing your budget. He's still stealing your budget. He's still not helping the next group of young boys. Now, yeah, I just said he did this before, though. He did this to another young boy. Let me see. Let me see if I can find him. I think his name was Marley G or something. Marley G. Yeah, Marley G Dance. There it go, y'all. I think we found it. I think we found it, chat. I think we found it. I think we found it. Hold up. I remember because I did a reaction to it a while ago. Oh, that's not it. I'm gonna type in something like Drake beat up kid. I'm gonna just put dance. I'm gonna put the keywords in. Let's see if it pops up. All right, so this thing is all over the algorithm right now. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. But he did this to another young boy from Canada. beat him up real bad just because the Hotline Bling dance. He basically said, I created that dance and Drake took it and didn't give me any credit. Drake spun the block, ended up beating him up for it. If I can find it. It was crazy when I seen it. What do you say? Molly G with the dance moves. Yeah, here it go. Look, y'all. Here it go. That's how Drake had him looking. Good Lord. You see that on the right side? Do you see this? Hold up.
Dark controversy, as he posted up a series of since-deleted Instagram posts.
Since deleted?
Dark controversy, as he posted up a series of since-deleted Instagram posts that accused the OVO rapper of swagger jacking and shortchanging him for songwriting credits. The post came less than 2 months after Drake shouted out Mo G on his latest single, Summer 16. On April 1st, Mo G posted an Instagram picture of his face covered in blood and bruised up. You can even see stitches toward the top of his forehead. When you speak from your heart, this is what happened, wrote Mo G. He added the hashtag Dirty Society and Dirty Industry to his post. The bloody post has since been removed from Instagram. Mo G's allegations of a violent assault at the hands of those in Drake's circle come soon after Quentin Miller, still the most notorious of OVO's ghostwriting suspects, revealed that he was beat up by Meek Mill and the Dream Chasers in LA.
Remember,
Dark controversy.
So this is the second time he stole somebody's dance moves. Mo G was... So you beat Mo G up. So Mo G was writing for him also. So Mo G was asking for his writing credits, and he brought up, yeah, he stole my dance moves, right? Summer 16, he said, I'm Mo G with the dance moves. Right. Rise and fall of Mo G. Mo G hasn't been... Look, that's him doing the dance right there. Let me see.
Mo G was once the most beloved figure in Toronto, from creating what many referred to as the unofficial anthem for the streets.
Look, we're going to run it back one more time. That's the Hotline Bling dance, y'all. That's it.
To the six. To working with the likes of Drake at just 18 years old, he was destined for greatness. He had the bars, the charisma, and the connections, but no more than 5 years after entering the scene, he self-destructed. On today's episode of Tales of Toronto, we're going to take a closer look at Mo G's meteoric rise to stardom and analyze what caused the downward spiral of his once promising career. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
yo, what happened to Mo G?
What happened to Mo G? Drake beat the sneakers off of him. From what I understand, he be sending chubs at people. But like, if you look at like Mo G, he probably was like 20 years old, 110 pounds. At that point, you just bullying and beating people up. This is crazy. So you got the single mom dude saying you taking the dance moves. Mo G is saying you didn't give me writing credits like The Weeknd. If you listen to what was the album that had headlines on it? What was that? Take Care? Yeah, I think it was called Take Care. On that album, like Crew Love, In Love with the Crew, The Ride, all that stuff was The Weeknd. The Weeknd left because he wasn't getting writing credits. Mo G said I wasn't getting writing credits and you taking my dance moves. As soon as he said something about it, he almost got beat to death. Quentin Miller. As soon as it came out, Quentin Miller almost got beat to death. Quentin Miller right now, I think, is missing a leg. And we ain't even joking about that. Quentin Miller he's really missing a leg. Like, this is crazy, yo. What's up, Co? Make sure y'all drop a like on this. Drop a like. Run it up. Yeah, so he's stealing everybody's dance moves. He done stole from OG. Who else is he gonna steal from? Block Boy JB, it was originally Block Boy JB's dance. So he took Block Boy JB's budget. So look, Block Boy JB wanted to be famous. Drake's like, all right, your budget on this song like $4 million. Your label gonna push. They gonna put $4 million behind this song. Block Boy JB like, yeah. All right, cool. I hop on that joint, bro. It's gonna be a hit. It gotta be a hit. You know, like We learn this from people like Beyonce. Even if it's the wrong song, if you put $4 or $5 million behind a song, it's gonna be the right song. And if you throw Drake on there, it's the right song now. He hop on that joint, run your budget up, get rid of you afterwards, and keep it pushing. Shoot, he gonna make a song in the wintertime saying I was hot all summer. Yeah, you was. You just took full budget. Oh God, this guy is horrible, man. This guy is horrible. So we're gonna move right along. I can't sit here and talk about Drake too much, man. I'll get a headache. This dude is like, let me see that one more time.
Controversy.
Look how he had Moji looking. Look at that. What, he sent Chubbs at him? This is crazy. And a lot of people got the same story with this dude.
To address the elephant in the room.
Look at the dance. But
before we do all that, I want to applaud Drake for
same
this
dance.
song.
It's the same dance.
I want to applaud Aubrey for finally being who he is and getting rid of his ghostwriters. Because this beat is slamming and this song is completely barless. We can tell.
Yo, on y'all end, drop it in the comments. How's the stream? Is it smooth? Drop it in the comments real
Aubrey
quick,
wrote this for sure. More importantly, it's so expressive of how he feels, you know. This is the real Aubrey. It shows that Aubrey has the accountability of a toxic single mom. Talking about something. What did I miss? I think the real question, Aubrey, is what did you do? What did you do to make them niggas that mad? Come to find out, you're kind of known for being awful. Cash apping niggas, baby mamas, flying out niggas' wives and shit.
What kind of shit is that?
What kind of shit is that, Aubrey? I was a waiter for a long time, you know. Anybody who's a waiter, you ever have a coworker who's just, you know, everybody in the...
Yeah, this dude is crazy. But I seen something else about the what did I miss? Drop it in the comments. How does the stream like feel to y'all right now? It ain't buffering too much, is it? It's smooth. Co, Jay, how about y'all? Is it smooth on y'all end? Make sure everything good with the stream. Make sure everybody's straight. But no, I seen this. Smooth criminal. like Mike when he started leaning. Look, it's a Drake's What Did I Miss is on pace to chart at number 2 on the Billboard this week, despite industry suppression from radio stations, Spotify, UMG, and missing a full day of tracking with no promo. Every song this week in the top 5 has over 14% airplay, supporting them by Drake. Let me see. By comparison, only 1%. So it says every song in the top 5. What we got there? Ordinary's up there. What Did I Miss? Morgan Wallen, 2 Morgan Wallen songs, and a Schoolboy Q. What is that? No, that's Shabuzi. A bar song, Tipsy. Yeah, so every song that's in the top 5 actually has 14% airplay. Drake only has 1%. Now, most of this is getting pushed from, like I said, it's going to be getting pushed from Apple Music. We talked about this yesterday. Spotify, UMG, and a lot of the radio stations are going to be Team Kendrick. Drake right now, he has the streamers and he has Apple Music on his side. So if you like, just pay attention to what's going on. You'll notice that Drake is always at the top of all the Apple Music charts. But we know from maybe 10 years ago, Drake has an exclusive Apple Music deal. Y'all remember that Apple Music deal? Well, he's always been in bed with Apple Music. On the other side, you got Spotify, who's now in bed with UMG, Kendrick, and all the powers that be on that side. So it's really this side versus that side. You're going to notice Kendrick always at the top of the charts in Spotify. You're going to notice Drake always at the top of the charts with Apple. And that's just what it is. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. You're going to notice when Nicki came out yesterday saying them Spotify charts look spooky. And the reason why she's saying that is because, you know, Cardi's over there, Kendrick's over there, and she, like, you know, Megan Thee Stallion's over there. And if you remember, Spotify had got audited, and Megan Thee Stallion, I think she lost over half of her album sales for her last album because it was all bots. But Apple Music hasn't been audited, and we haven't found out that Apple Music is all bots. So that kind of lets you know the games that are being played in the background. How it's this side versus that side. This side versus that side. Apple Music chose Drake. Spotify chose UMG. I'm not even going to say Spotify just chose Kendrick. They chose UMG. Everybody that's under UMG, Rock Nation, all that, that's Spotify. Now, it's going to get sticky because Drake and Nicki are going the streaming route. And streaming is the future. So we're going to see how that plays out. Right now, I would say UMG has the lead because Spotify is a bigger player within the streaming realm. You get what I'm saying? It just has more daily users. It has more everything. But Drake and Nicki are going over to streaming. So we're going to see how that, like, it can get real sticky. I almost believe they're planning for the future. If you remember, if you got a little bit of age on you, if you remember when Jay-Z lost to Nas in that battle, Jay-Z did lose. But what Jay-Z did was he then started posturing for the future and showing how much of a boss he was. He started buying stuff, making big deals. He ended up buying pieces of NBA teams and stuff like that. He started planning for the future. Like, all right, I lost this battle, but I'm about to look good in their eyes once I start doing this. And he did. He was able to keep it pushing. Now, I think Drake could keep it pushing, but first he needs to admit that he lost. If he would admit that he lost, like, yo, I lost to Kendrick. Kendrick got the best of me. Then he could start moving on. It's like, I was saying this to somebody a couple days ago, right? Because I be having jokes sometimes. And I was grinding them up. And I was like, listen, and they was like getting defensive. And I was like, listen, as long as you stay defensive, it's going to let me keep saying jokes. Because you acting like, you irritated and stuff like that. I'm going to keep saying jokes. But if you say, like, you got to pull an 8 Mile. Remember at the end of 8 Mile when he was like, yeah, I am a white boy. I do live at home with my mom. It's nothing else I can say. Just admit it. That was always a lesson I learned from 8 Mile. Yeah, if you just admit everything that you got going on, it's nothing else. It's nothing nobody else can say. So as long as Drake keeps acting like he didn't lose to Kendrick, Kendrick can keep grinding him up and just keep poking him like, yeah, man, I did step on you. I did, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and he definitely didn't sue nobody like some folks. Yeah, I don't like him suing and bringing that into hip-hop because the culture of hip-hop is built on diss tracks. Now, I think if he did sue, I think he should have came out and let him know why he was actually suing. And let him know why he wasn't actually suing Kendrick. He wasn't mad at Kendrick. I think if Drake did want to sue, he should have made it more known that I'm suing the label. I'm suing my label because I didn't want to re-sign with them. And they conspired to then take me down by putting another person on the label in my position. That's what he should have made known. That's why he's actually suing. But he let it go and now it looks a mess. Now it looks crazy. It looks insane. It looks nasty. It looks like he's suing because he got slapped. It looked like he was from the streets, got slapped, and now he went to the cops and sued. Not that, yo, I didn't want to re-up on my deal. So when I didn't want to re-up, they then did all this stuff in the background to make sure. You ever hear like you hear it with like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston and stuff like that. When you so famous, they're not going to let you leave with your life. You're not going to leave with that fame. You're not just going to take it from the label. They'll take it out your life before they let you take it from the label. This, from Drake's perspective, is a piece of that where they didn't take his life, but they took his fame. You get what I'm saying? But if I'm being honest, that is what happened. That is what happened. But you suing and putting content creators and Kendrick Lamar in the lawsuit, just naming people, sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. I can see what UMG did. I get it. I see it. I see it clear as day. If I was UMG, I can see why they did it. Like, no, I didn't invested over $500 million into you. Your last deal was for $500 million. I done did all this for your career. You just want to leave? No, I don't think. I can see it from their side too. Like, no, you're not just gonna leave. We're gonna put somebody else in your position. However much fame you got, we about to transfer that over to my boy over here. And then you can leave. But you ain't leaving with all that I gave you. UMG was like, I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something. You're not taking all that. I'm leaving here with something. You bugging. So that's the behind the scenes of what really happened with the lawsuit. That's what's really going down with the lawsuit. On the face value, you done named a bunch of artists and stuff like that, and you sound crazy. You sound like a cold nut. Miss J, exactly. I look. You know, it's your boy G. I gotta keep it G. I gotta call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? Now we got another situation with Charleston White. You know, he down there in Texas, popping off, acting crazy. But he actually mentioned 4 Extra, where I think it's because 4 Extra is tied in with Adam 22. So now it's to the point where Charleston White is now attacking 4 Extra because he's locked in with Adam 22. Yeah, he posted this. Charleston White calls out Adam 22 for not helping 4 Extra with his GoFundMe after his accident and says 4 Extra deserves everything coming to him. I think he said he wants 4 Extra to die, yo. Like, I think he went out there and said he wants 4 Extra to die, which is crazy, yo. Let's see what he's talking about. Like,
Mr. No Jumper, Mr. Adam 22 is supposed to help you gangbanging, cuz why y'all begging poor people for money? Who want to help a gangbanger that beat up black people? All he do is beat up black people. Who want to donate to that nigga? Nigga, file for disability. Matter of fact, don't you work for No Jumper? He can't get them boxing matches no more. I heard y'all mad at Aaron the Plumber. Because he making fun of No Extra. Now I'm making fun of No Extra. He should have died. He should have died from an explosion. Many black people he done hurt. A big old loud mouth ass nigga that got everybody scared of. Don't you work for the white man 4 Extra?
yo, he said he should have died? You want 4 Extra to die? It's crazy. Aaron the Plumber and Charleston White, since like 4 Extra is tied to Adam 22, they are now attacking 4 Extra, which I think is unfair to 4 Extra. Adam 22 is a known Freemason. That's why I think he got a lot of the position he got. Miss J, remember a couple days ago, we looked at his name on the GoFundMe, Adam 22, and his name was Grandmaster Adam or something like that. And that's because he is a Grandmaster Freemason. And this is well known. And I think he brings a lot of young black talent into No Jumper. Some of them from the streets and some of them are placed there through the Masons. You know what I'm saying? That just is what it is. But I think Charleston and Aaron the Plumber got a problem with that.
I heard they for the violate you. I hope them white folks send your ass to prison for playing with firecrackers. on Vernon Block. Vernon Ave, as you say. Nigga, fuck Vernon Ave. I heard you got some visually impairment like me. Come on over here with the blind people, nigga. say, mate. Say, come on over here with the blind people.
That's crazy. He dissing 4 Extra at this point.
Come on over here with the blind people, nigga. And by the way, John, boy, I heard you done lost your sight in one eye. You ain't got that power punch fish no more. You finna have brittle knuckles now, flesh. I'm on my way to the bank. One thing about me, something happened to me, I ain't gonna need no GoFundMe. I'm not gonna need it. Matter of fact, I got celebrity friends, by the way. I got a Jewish nephew and Jewish friends that love me to death. 4 extra. I hear you and your family, you and your mammy and your sister is online with a GoFundMe, but y'all didn't tag no jumper.
And that's the wild part about Charleston White at this point. With him being connected to Aiden Ross, he's connected to a lot of Jewish power at this point. Aiden Ross is connected with a lot of Jewish power over there. He got a lot of stake in Kick. Aiden Ross honestly might be worth like $500 million right now, with how much I believe how much stock he has from Kick. You got to understand, DDG was going through it with Rock Nation. Aiden Ross said, hey, I'm going to send you one of my lawyers. And it's been an even playing field ever since between DDG and Rock Nation. Better yet, I think Rock Nation might be backing up. Yeah, it was looking like a landslide at first. I was like, ooh, I was scared for DDG. I said, ooh, they about to cook you, bro. You in there with the belly of the beast. You got to go up against Rock Nation. Aiden said, hey, I'll send you one of my lawyers. Next thing you know, we start seeing countersuits. We start seeing DDG wins in court. DDG wins in court against who? Alex Shapiro and Rock Nation? How you winning in court? Oh, you got Aiden Ross and them Jewish lawyers. Now it's Jew versus Jew. Ah, okay. So that's what Charleston's like. Well, I got a Jewish nephew that love me. And that's why we also seen Charleston White on the phone with Drake. Yeah, he was FaceTiming Drake. What is Charleston White doing FaceTiming Drake? He probably asked Aiden Ross to say, y'all want to talk to Drake? He said, I got you on. So that's like, when it comes to that Jewish stuff, it get a little sticky.
I thought Mr. No Jumper, Mr. Adam 22, is supposed to help you gangbanging, cuz on the set, cuz on Vernon Avenue, cuz. On Vernon Avenue, cuz I thought Adam 22 had your back, cuz.
Yes, way,
now
Co.
You can't fight, can't get in the ring, get that nice bag them getting you. Now you
look, Co, no way to what? About him, yeah, DDG, it was a landslide at first. And then remember, he was on stream, and Aiden was right next to him, and he was like, yo, it looked like, because remember, all that stuff had came out towards DDG. They was attacking him. They were saying like he was the crazy one. Remember the first story that broke against DDG versus Haley Bailey was that he broke the ring camera and all that stuff. Remember that? He was looking crazy. It looked like a landslide. We was like, yo, if this video gets out of you breaking the camera, you're done, DDG. Aiden Ross said, I'll send you one of my lawyers. The next thing we seen was we was looking at Haley Bailey like she was crazy. Oh, you stabbed him? You did this to him? You did that to him? You did that to him? You did that to him? Oh, you did that? Oh, you over in Paris and the judge said he can't come near you? Oh, he refiled his suit again. Now he can go to Paris and see his kids? Well, what something happened with DDG? Aiden Ross said, I'll send you my lawyer. That's all he said. Yeah, the DDG allegations? What happened? All I heard was, I'll send you my lawyer from Aiden Ross, the little Jewish kid, who's worth, I believe, $500 million at this point. Because he has a lot of stake in Kick. And I told y'all about Kick yesterday. Kick is right behind Twitch. It goes YouTube, as far as streaming, Twitch, then Kick. The thing about Kick is, if you go over to Kick, and this is why Nicki Minaj is going to go over to Kick, you get equity. If you're a big name, you get equity in the channel. That's why Drake is doing all these streams over at Kick, because he has equity in Kick. The thing with Kick is, if you get equity, they still haven't gone live with commercials. Their videos don't have commercials. I believe they're still trying to figure out what the price of their commercials are. Once those prices come down and they start putting commercials on their videos over at Kick, the valuation of Kick is going to go through the roof. It's going to be, I don't know what Kick is worth right now. It might be like a $3 billion company. Oh, it's going to become something crazy. And whoever has that equity in the company, Drake, Aiden Ross, XQC, Nick Merckx, people like that, The big names over there that's just, you like, yo, you over there streaming with no commercials on your video. Why? It's because they have equity and they still haven't put commercials on the video yet. Aiden Ross is worth a crazy bag. A crazy bag. But yeah, he said, yeah, I'll send you over one of my lawyers. Next thing I know, DDG started kicking ass in the courtroom. Kicking ass. Better yet, I don't even hear the most that Rock Nation is doing right now to DDG. They're playing the little Meghan Thee Stallion games with him. Remember Meghan Thee Stallion, how they be using the shade room against Tory Lanez, like just putting lies out and stuff like that. They're doing those type games with DDG. Nothing else really in the courts though, because I don't think they want to play with him. I don't think they want to play with DDG no more. They just doing little stuff like Haley Bailey's over here in Paris, not worried about nobody. Haley Bailey's over in Paris on a boat. For some reason, paparazzi's taking pictures of her while she's kissing this guy. She looks unbothered. They're doing little games like that. I call it, that's the Meghan Thee Stallion starter kit. Playing games with the shade room and stuff like that. That's all they doing to DDG now. I don't think they want it in court with him at this point. Because DDG been spanking ass. He been spanking ass. Better yet, Haley Bailey went from being the victim in my mind to being psychotic. I think she's, to this day, I think something's wrong with her. Once I seen that she stabbed this man and all that stuff, I was like, oh, DDG is the victim. He's the victim. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Back off to the slums of the ghetto of Los Angeles, California. Vernon Ave, to be exact. California niggas just can't win it all. You, Crip Mac, Brick Baby, Gonzo, Nina Boy, Bosco, boy, Melvin Farmer, Monster Cody, what's the boy name got stabbed in the neck? Drake the Ruler. What's the other boy? All you boy, California niggas just cursed. Not only that, y'all ain't got no talent. Outside of Drake, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say Drake. Oops. I didn't mean to say Drake. Say, outside of the Twisted Feet, Happy Feet boy, Kendrick, what y'all got? Nothing at all. Y'all trying to No Jumper podcast that went down. What did he say? He going broke. So that's why, you know what? He made a public statement saying he going broke. That's why he can't donate. I thought about giving you something. But then I thought about what good is to give a man to help him get repaired and restored when he hurt black people. I've never heard about 4 Extra fighting a Mexican or an Aryan Brotherhood. It's all black people. So no, we're not giving you shit. We hope you lose your hand, become a diabetic, and they have to cut that son of a bitch off. We hope you lose your other eye, fucker. We hope you lose your other eye. Your other eyesight. Mr. Motherfucker. What's his name? What's the boy name, y'all? Mr. Motherfucker me. 4 Extra. We hope you lose your other eye. You know how hard it is, 4 Extra boy, for you to have to adjust at this age with one eye, and you've been kicking ass all your life. I bet you won't go to the county jail now, boy. Calling for fades. Boy, now, all the dumb people want to believe that 607 put voodoo on them. Tell 607 voodoo some money. Why voodoo people can't voodoo the lottery? Why they can't voodoo their family and get the family here? Why voodoo out? Man, ain't no such thing as no hoodoo, voodoo, boo-boo. That's some bullshit. All the shit, the boy done been in prison. Why he didn't put voodoo in prison?
I ain't gonna hold you, that's facts. That's facts. You know, like, but you know, some people say voodoo's a religion. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, whether or not I believe in it and stuff like that and all that. I don't. But some people, it's their religion, they look at it like that, so I'll let you have that. But that was actually facts. How come y'all on voodoo the lottery and all that stuff? But we're gonna look at this show right here because Charleston was actually on the phone with Drake. Yeah, look.
Nigga, you the best. Don't let them tell you nothing else. You the best, nigga. Yeah, if you were black as Bernie Mac, they'll hug on you, but you a yellow nigga doing it like that. Yeah. If Michael Jordan was a yellow nigga jumping from the free throw line, they wouldn't wear his tennis shoes. Say, man, you keep holding your head.
So, and this is the things that Aiden Ross can do. He can get you on the phone with Drake. But you got to remember, Aiden Ross and Drake are both Jewish. Somebody had said yesterday it sounds like Aiden Ross and Drake, they sound alike, and it's because they're both Jewish in black spaces. This is a black space, black entertainment, and y'all both Jewish inside the space. Now Drake is actually half black. I think Jewish. Aiden, I think he's just all Jewish, which ain't nothing wrong with being Jewish, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so we're gonna move right along. I seen something else, chat, where Adam 22 actually got in a fight on No Jumper, and it's looking like they was trying to beat the sneakers off Adam. It looked like they was trying to beat the sneakers off Adam. Yeah, No Jumper employee King Pill tried to fight Adam 22. Ooh, chat, what's going on? All right, that's King Pill right there. I don't think we have audio on this. Where's Adam at? But Adam, honestly, if you run down on Adam, I really don't mind, though. I don't think nobody deserves to get slapped, but sometimes when people get slapped, it's like, there goes Adam in the corner right there. This is Adam walking away. King Pill walking up on him. Oh, he pushed him. Somebody got in between them. Okay. And this is and look at No Jumper. It's nothing but it's a lot of gang members. It's a lot of red in there right now. We know Whack 100 over there. He's supposedly a pyro, big pyro. I think Whack 100 a cop though. I don't know. Supposedly he's a big pyro. So this is Adam, I think, back here. Like he's smiling. I ain't holding. Adam's probably used to this. He's used to being disrespected and bullied by his employees. I think Poetic was talking about this. Let me see. Let me see if Flock was talking about this. I think he was. We're going to talk about that Carnival cruise situation in a second. Yeah, this right here. No Jumper employee attacks Adam 22 on his first day of work. That's crazy. Yo, imagine your first day of work. You get a new employee and he trying to slap the boss on the first day of work. Adam, the Grandmaster Adam. Now, Adam 22 is known, like anybody in the industry always says, like he's like almost like a slave owner over there at No Jumper. No disrespect to any descendants, but he pays them peanuts and he uses them and then throws them away. And I found it interesting. Extra GoFundMe. I found it interesting that on Full Extra's GoFundMe, because Adam 22 did donate, which was nice, right? But let me see. All right, we got Reggie Williams. Reggie Williams. See his picture. Reggie Williams. Reggie Williams gave him a stack. Now look, Adam What does that say? What's his name? His name is Adam the. So Adam 22 is known for being like a guy who uses black people in the community against themselves. And what is Adam? He's a Grand Mason. Just like I just told you. I told you he's a Grand Mason. I ain't here to lie to you. But what you'll find is a lot of people in position like Adam, they're Masons. So he's a Grand Mason. I mean, he's at the top of the top. And I believe a lot of the people that come through Adam 22 situation, they're Masons also. And there's nothing wrong with being a Mason. You ask them what they do, they're going to say, we do good in the community to bring people together. Ain't nothing wrong with being a Mason. But, I mean, if it's being used in the right way. A lot of time when you're a Mason, there's a lot of resources that can come through that. And they come together. Like him being a Grand Mason, you would want to use that position to bring artists through and then get them put on. Not necessarily to come through and create havoc in the black community, because that's what No Jumper does at this point. So, you know, that's his position, but I think he's kind of abusing it if he is a Grand Mason. Like he is. Yeah, like I would expect Vlad to be like a Grand Mason at this point. I would expect people like that. They're definitely Masons. And, you know, that is what it is. And also always remember with Masons, it tends to be like different lodges. Like you might have a lodge, several lodges. And a lot of times there's like a black side and a white side of the Masons. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's just Masons. No, it's usually black side and a white side. All right. So let's keep going. No Jumper employee attacks Adam 22 on his first day. Let's see what my man.
This No Jumper employee came to work super high and tried to fight Adam 22 a day after being officially hired. Adam 22 has this habit where he finds random gangbangers, often smokers, where he sees something in them that nobody else sees, and he tries to make them famous. He tries to make them superstars and change their lives.
Now listen what he just said. Adam 22 has this thing where he just finds people and then he tries to make them famous. I just said what a Grand Mason should be doing, right? Just saying. Flacco hangs around Adam 22 all day. That's what a Grand Mason should be doing. You get what I'm saying? You should be trying to put people on to make them famous. If that's your position in the world. Like, you'll find that a lot of Masons, like, that'll be like your principal at your school. You get what I'm saying? Like the principal, he's here to help the community, you know, raise the kids and all that stuff and help out and do all that stuff. Your superintendent's probably a Grand Mason. You get what I'm saying? The person who owns the franchise of grocery stores in your area are probably a Mason. You get what I'm saying? That's what Masons usually do. They usually help the community in a positive way. Adam 22, from what I've seen, has been one of the worst Grand Masons I've ever seen in the black community. We just gonna call it what it is.
Sometimes it works out really, really, really well, a la Crit Mac, and other times it don't work out so well, a la this recent employee. When he started coming around, I told Adam this dude was no good. I told Adam that this would backfire badly. And I knew this because before his No Jumper interview, he DM'd me out the blue, cussing me out, threatening to harm me, threatening to kill me for no reason. I just blocked him because I'm not giving no clout chaser attention. I just blocked him. But when he came and did his No Jumper interview, it became perfectly clear why he did that. Because during his interview, he was calling out random people he don't know. He was claiming that he had intercourse with SZA, even though SZA grew up in New Jersey and he grew up in California. He was dissing, claiming he threw piss on mass celebrities in prison. So when I seen he DM'd me before the interview, he was hoping that he would get some type of response back that he could then take and bring to the interview to get a moment and go viral, and I just never gave it to him. So once I seen the levels that this dude was willing to go for some type of fame, I just knew this was not a person you want to get in business with. I've predicted a lot of demises for these miscellaneous characters, in a No Jumper universe before, but this by far was one of the quickest rise and falls I've ever seen, because very quickly Adam began to realize this dude was becoming more of a headache than anything, right? Because even though No Jumper was all he had, even though No Jumper was the only platform he went on and got some type of views, and the views was dwindling very fast. Like the first interview did like 60,000 views, not great to say the least. The second interview did 20,000 views. So obviously this dude had no draw whatsoever, but he began to ask for money to appear on No Jumper. You would think that the platform that's keeping you alive, the platform that you need more than they need you, you would want to do that platform for free whenever they want you. But he began to ask for money, even though he was bringing or offering nothing.
Now listen, this is Adam's right-hand man, Flacco. He just said you would think he would want to come on the platform for free. So that tells you a few things if you're listening. It's telling you a lot of the people that's being used on No Jumper are on there for free or peanuts or little to nothing on the dollar. That means the first interview he did with 60,000 views, which I'll tell you right now, in YouTube terms, that's about $600 to $800 that video made. But then Adam's gonna chop it up and put it on his other platforms and stuff like that. So let's say that interview made Adam over $1,000. The other ones, whatever. He made money off the kid. He asked for money after the fact. Adam already made money off of him. This is where I think Adam is kind of like abusing his power as like a Grand Mason. You get what I'm saying? But let's keep going.
Nothing to No Jumper. But Adam seen something in this dude, so Adam said, okay, I'll pay you $200 per appearance. Even though his peers, like 4 Extra, they're making thousands of dollars per appearance. This buster accepted $200, and he was happy with that amount. And Adam was even thinking about having him on as a new co-host or a regular on the No Jumper podcast. And last night was his first audition. So he came to an audition for his first podcast at No Jumper high out of his mind. And from the very beginning, bro, it was very apparent and very clear that this dude sucked as a podcaster.
Donation. This dude King Pill sucks. Worst pod in a while. Nah, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I feel like because we've had this argument in the No Jumper group chat, King Pill, where Flacco's basically saying that you're the spawn of Satan and that you are gonna fall off and you're no good and yada yada. And then like we're all kind of saying like
We all defend you.
right now, I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of ass now. I don't know like what happened or whatever.
Man, because I'm just feeling like I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. All these new topics and shit, besides the hand blowing up and shit, the shit boring. The shit watered down. Niggas ain't fading in Los Angeles.
Okay, what do you want to talk
Ain't
about?
no niggas fading in Los Angeles. Shit looking weak. Shit looking turned down.
Little did he know that was the moment that Adam was done with him. Like, wasn't going to hire him regardless of what took place afterwards. That moment right there, where you essentially admitted that if it's not gangbanging or talking about degeneracy, you have nothing to add. Ain't that crazy to y'all? A grown man admitting that his mind don't function beyond gangbanging, fights, and degeneracy? They're like, hey, King Pill, what do you think about the Epstein files now being released? Gangbanging, killing, ops. Hey, King Pill, what do you think about classical economics? Gangbanging, killing, shooting, fighting, ops. Just straight caveman activities, bruh. It's nonsense. Now, I'll be real. This was the moment where Adam said, you never coming back here, man. And his career would have been better off if it would have stopped here and he would have just been kicked off. He would have had a better night than what actually took place. This numbskull was already being looked at a little crazy when he wasn't contributing nothing to the conversation. He was looking down the whole time, looking up, looking a little high out of his mind, to be honest. But then he began to look really crazy when it was brought up his past transgressions. So King Pill has done multiple interviews dissing the Trays, multiple songs dissing the Trays. He has publicly stated that he has killed multiple Trays. He has gone to the extent of ultimate disrespect when it comes to the Trays. Now, it was unclear if he knew this beforehand, but when he was asked to come and do the No Jumper show, he was being asked to come and sit down and do a podcast with a A-Tray Gangsta Crip and Young and Hefe, because Young and Hefe at the moment is a recurring host on a No Jumper show. He was oddly on his best behavior, super quiet, I think not trying to really say anything to ruffle or to have a confrontation with Young and Hefe, but the inevitable ultimately happened when Adam outed King Pill by asking King Pill why he removed all the disses from out of his recent track, and one of those disses being a diss towards Young and Hefe's hood.
Yo, all right, I got a question. As long as King Pill, I feel like he's like primarily interested in talking if we're going to be talking about him. So let's talk about this. You took the disses out of the Slide remix.
I knew this was gonna bring this shit up.
Hey, and Hefe, I don't even want to tell you one of the disses that I was in the original Slide first.
We ain't doing that one.
Well, Pill is visibly uncomfortable. He's like, bro, I didn't want to talk about this, right? So then Adam alerts and Hefe, hey, bro, I don't even want to tell you one of the disses. To let Hefe know, hey, bro, this man was dissing your hood in that video that's still on YouTube.
Messy.
So then King Pill follows up by trying to clarify it up by claiming that he wasn't dissing Ant's hood. He was actually dissing somebody locally from his stuff, which is all excuses, bro. Because if you say that word, it applies to all trades. If you say the derogatory term for Bloods that start with S, it applies to all Bloods. If you say the derogatory term for Crip that starts with C, it applies to all Crips. You can't pick and choose who that diss applies to.
Yeah, man, you know he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna do it.
But you took him out.
Yeah,
but there's multiple disses. It wasn't just that one.
I know. And his version of that word means something else.
Yeah, a lot of my shit that I was talking about was in my.
Yeah, that's super messy, Miss J. That's super duper messy. But this is what he does. This is what he does as a Grand Mason. This is the type of stuff that he does to the black community, which is, I mean, I think it's kind of corny. Adam's been socked out. He's been slapped. He actually started just like making skateboard videos, and then he did one interview with a black person. It blew up, so he just kept doing it. So he ain't even really supposed to be in the culture.
Local community, you feel me? But yeah, shit, I took it out to reach a wider audience, you feel me? Just so motherfuckers to play it and feel like they don't need to skip it, you feel me?
And Hefe began to look at these two like they done lost their mind, bro. He's looking at them like, hold on, are y'all talking about this man dissing my hood or my set in front of me? Nah, that's not what's about to happen. Even though King Pill already cop a plea, already tried to say, oh no, bro, I wasn't talking about your set, bro. Even though when you say that word, you're dissing all trades, he still tried to cop it. But Ed Hefe wasn't going for it, and Ed Hefe actually checked the temperature right then and there.
Putting that shit to my audience, you feel me?
This out though, we ain't gonna let that linger on. I'm from 83rd Street, bro. Like, and that's just the set, you feel me? Like, I know where he from on the set, and I don't play into the little fake politics. He ain't dissing A Trey on the set. Period. I'm not barring no disrespect from no. Ain't never barring no disrespect from no. Period.
Who said somebody disrespected you?
But still, the topic coming up.
Yeah, that's what I tried to read in.
I'm talking to this man, bro.
Oh,
I'm talking to him because the topic lingering, bro.
That I'm disrespecting you?
Bro, you not hear what I'm saying?
Nah.
You said you from a community, right, and you said where it's aimed at.
But it ain't this show said though.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying though.
Okay, so we saying the same shit. So we saying the same shit.
Okay, for sure.
We don't gotta talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
For sure.
Clarify on though.
Clarify. We on explosives, nigga. Tania dropping babies and shit, content and all this.
The funniest part about this is him trying to avoid eye contact with Hefe as Hefe grills him down. And then while grilling him, Hefe said, what we on? And he acted like he ain't hear it. He ain't make eye contact. Now, I'm not no gangbanger, so I can't speak on who got marked out, who look like a punk. But when you hear gangbangers speak about this, I spoke to a lot of gangbangers behind the scenes. A lot. I even heard Wack 100 give his opinion. And most gangbangers that I hear talk about this is saying that he got marked out, that he got punked, he got sunned. And the entire comment section was saying he got punked, he got sunned, he got punked, he got sunned. And then after this moment, his phone began to like blow up. Texts, calls. Like he had to like silence notifications. So he was being notified pretty swiftly that interaction he had with Ed Hefe looked really poorly on him. But he was too scared to do anything in a moment to Ed Hefe. So he just kind of ignored it and stayed quiet the entire podcast. This happened around like the 50-minute mark of the podcast. The podcast went on for another 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes. And he stayed quiet the entire time. But after the podcast, he decided he was going to take his anger out, not on Ed Hefe, but he was going to take his anger out on Adam.
We finish up stuff here. We go out there. As I walk out there, I see that Aunt Hefe is already kind of dipping and that Munchie's like damn near out the door. And the Pomona boys and King Pill are the only ones left, right? No big deal. I'm like, okay, cool. They got out smoothly. That's good. I go. I'm hungry as hell. Start heating up my meal in the microwave. As I'm heating up the meal in the microwave, King Pill comes over to me, and he says, yo, what's up with the money for the episode? Because I had actually told King Pill, I was like, listen, like, I want to try you out consistently on the Tuesday show. He said, all right, but bro, I'm broke, so I need money. Like, you know, are you going to be able to pay me? I said, okay, cool. We'll be able to give you a little bit of money for appearing on here or whatever. King Pill starts coming over to me and talking to me about this $200 or whatever the fuck it was. He's saying, yo, like, can you send me that money right now? I said, yeah, you know the group chat that I put you in with Josh? Just text that, and Josh will send it to you by the end of the night. He goes, by the end of the night, he's like, I'm trying to get paid right now. I need that money to get home. And I'm like, you realize that like a lot of people who work here, you know, you get paid like every 2 weeks, every month, whatever, at the end of the week, et cetera. I'm like, it's not like, why are you acting like it's just like the most obvious thing in the world that you're supposed to be getting paid instantly as soon as you finish the podcast? Like, you got to chill. Like, the idea is that you're supposed to be on here consistently, you know, and it's like, why are you putting pressure on me to pay you instantly as soon as, you know, it just like struck me as a very weird thing. But his energy is weird. He's walking towards me. He's like really like kind of getting close to me and stuff. Pull up the No Jumper Instagram.
Adam is my guy, man. That's my brother, man. But hiring an alleged smoker and being surprised an alleged smoker did some smoker activities, it's only us, man. This has to be peak No Jumper. The alleged smoker behaved like a smoker and we shocked. Yo, he was telling Adam he needed the 200 to get home. First off, man, he came with mad homies. He didn't need that 200 to get home, man. Cut it out, bruh. We know what he needed it for. We know.
Pick. Look at the body language in the first pick.
Yeah. Okay. So let's press play.
On screen, right?
Yeah. Obviously. So you see me to the left, and that's King Pill wearing the army fatigues. We love a man in uniform. And so he's kind of pressing me right now. He's saying like, you know what? Can you send it right now? I said, Josh can send it. He goes, can you make him send it right now? I'm like, if you want, you could call him. He goes, why can't you call him? He's like, it's your business. You could call him. He's like, just pressing me about like the dumbest shit possible right now. And those are all his boys.
You see how Shorty tried to reach out and like grab his hand and tell him to chill too, really subtly?
Yeah. And so, okay, I'm like grabbing my food out of the microwave right now, slightly off camera.
I see him
and you'll
push
see
Adam.
that I start to walk kind of across the office. You're going to see this in just 1 second. He's still talking to me in a rather aggressive way at this point. It's like slowly ratcheting up. And this is me walking away and being like, bro, you need to chill. Like, Josh will get it to you, whatever. Okay, go to the next one. And like you can see, he's kind of like in my face now, right? Look at the way he's walking towards me. Look at the body language. Look how he's like, and then look he just bumped into me, and then I kind of like push him away. And then his boys jump in here. They're pulling him away. They're separating him. So what's he do? He pulls out his phone, typical internet thug, pulls out his phone, starts filming. I'm sure he's going to drop this footage at some point. He starts calling me the F slur, starts acting like I'm a bitch. The reason why I'm in the cubicle now is because I was looking for a lighter, and I was actually grabbing one off of Mikey's desk. So I'm trying to light a spliff right now, and King Pill trying to film a skit. He's trying to act like real angry. He's mad. But his boys are the ones standing in between him. Now look what he does here. He knocks the balls off, and he's still talking shit on the way out. And his boys go, shout out to his boys, honestly. The rest of the dudes from Pomona, we got to give it to them that they immediately shut the situation down, because you got on.
All right. Well, I mean, with Adam, Adam is actually a little vulturish. You know, he's a little vulturous, and he uses black people. But I mean, look at the level of black people he's dealing with. Like, I mean, these dudes really can't think for themselves like that. So do you get mad at Adam for using them, or do you look at the black people like, man, we can't be this stupid? You get what I'm saying? Because he is a Grand Mason, and his job, like Flacco said, is to kind of find people and make them famous. And this is what he wants to do with his position. So, you know, once again, Adam looked like he was scared for his life. But this ain't the first time. Adam done been socked out. Adam done been checked. Adam done been bullied. Adam done been forced to change locations. This is just Adam 22 at this point. All right. So we're gonna look into something else Cause I seen something else that was a little crazy. Y'all. Where what's going on with Akon in this this Wakanda city? Akon was supposed to bring. I got some African homies. Look, it come right up. Look, it come up like right under his name, Akon City and Akon Wakanda. That's what pops up with this dude. I got some African homies that said they gave Akon $6 billion over there in Africa to build a city, and he built nothing and took the $6 billion. I sat back and laughed like, yo, his name is Akon. Like, he hit the ultimate lick. You gave Akon $6 billion and said, yo, how come you burnt me? His name is Akon, and he burnt you for $6 billion. That's crazy. Let's see. Look, it's all in African. Look, Senegal scraps Akon City. The futuristic, crypto-powered metropolis backed by Akon is no longer moving forward, citing lack of progress. Officials reclaim the land and will now develop a scaled-down tourism hub with hotels, a marina, and seaside attractions. Yeah, his name is Akon, bro. Like, for them to no longer move forward with it, they're citing a lack of progress. That means like nothing was wrong with like actually progressing. Like, it wasn't like they couldn't get water over there, they couldn't get no electricity over there, they couldn't get the workers over there. No, everything was fine. He just wasn't doing anything. Citing a lack of progress. When was the last time somebody was supposed to build a city and they were given a $6 billion loan? And it didn't come to fruition because, you know, there was a lack of progress. I've never even, like, that's crazy, yo. But then again, bro's name is Akon. Like, yeah, he gonna finesse you. Yeah, he finesse you. And shout out to the African brothers. Africans are some of the biggest finessers on this planet, bro. Africans are some of the biggest finessers on this planet. What you say, Cole? He's insane for that. That's more than enough money to build a city and still have one left over. Like, what? Yeah, that's insane. It's super insane. Like, it's what? What? It's a son, what? The whole city? Wait, when did Akon have $6 billion? And when did this guy build a city? Akon's $6 billion futuristic Wakanda mega city in Senegal, Africa has reportedly been abandoned. This is on Say Cheese. He had promised them. Let me tell you what this dude did. He promised these dudes. Remember when the Black Panther came out? He gassed them up. He said, yo, we can have a futuristic type city over here in Africa, just like Wakanda. Because, you know, all the Africans, they was going to the movies with their whole wardrobes on. They was in pictures with the African clothes on like this. They was turned up when they finally had got the Black Panther, boy. He made a play off that and parlayed that and sold it to the people like, yo, we can make a Wakanda right here, bro. You ain't know? You ain't see the movie? It's in Africa. So we should have Wakanda. No. He finessed them. So let's say if you get a six, like how much money did he keep, bro? Nah, he didn't get them for the whole $6 billion, bro. Like, that's like a different type of. Look, it ain't me saying it. That's the third most searched thing next to Akon. Wakanda. Akon Wakanda. That means all the Africans just on X like Akon Wakanda. Akon Wakanda. They want to know where Wakanda is. Oh my God. It say everyone knew Akon was BSing trying to get black Americans to move to his Wakanda and invest money. It's a Akon 6 billion futuristic Wakanda-inspired city project in Senegal has reportedly been abandoned. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. So this is the rendering up top that I guess he sold to the people and sold to the people of Senegal. He was going to do a casino, a resort, parking spaces. What else you got? Akon. Let's see Akon. Tech 101. Tech, I guess a tech station. Oh, tech. They need tech in Wakanda. Tech. Just tech. All right. Residential buildings, general hospital, outpatient clinic. Okay. Looks nice. Educational district. Edu 1, Edu 3. Parking structures. Okay. Yes. Sinwood Media Tower filming studios. Yeah, because it's Wakanda. You need filming studios. Oh, man. This is crazy. All right. Look at Wakanda. What else you got, Akon? What is this? The Vision. So this is Akon City. Yo, he went on Fiverr and got somebody to do these renders for him and got a $6 billion loan, bro. I want to know if that's in African dollars or American dollars. 6 billion? That's still a lot. Like, I don't. That's crazy. That is crazy. He was gonna put palm trees in Africa. This guy's crazy, man. He was gonna put palm trees in Africa. Okay. All right. Welcome to Wakanda. This dude Akon. His name is Akon, bro. It's real. Now, look, Miss J. They've been on him for a minute. I just never did a video on it. A lot of my friends who are reaction channels, they did videos on Akon's Wakanda. Because, like, the Africans been mad. They been mad, like, yo, this dude just burnt us and he ain't doing nothing with the John. This was like last year they were saying this. So now they finally came in at this. They finally came in. Senegal said, yo, we're abandoning the whole project. Look at this one little building that Akon built. Look at this. I mean, I guess it's kind of shaped like the buildings in the picture, but this is crazy. Like, there's finessing, but like $6 billion is crazy. Like, that's like me going to Missouri. Like, yeah, like I could build like, I don't know, I could build something crazy in Missouri. And I get them to give me, like, let's say in American dollars, $2 billion to do it. And I just have like a building like this in Missouri. Meanwhile, like, you see me in Vegas chilling. Like, no, Akon, you can't do that. Look, he got soccer stadiums. He sold them. You know you want to play soccer, right? Soccer? He cooked them, bro. Look, he ugly. This was the end of the presentation right here. They had like the music. Akon City. Akon City. You know what I'm saying? He came walking from the back. Everybody was clapping. This dude's crazy, man. I can't. So they abandoned Akon City. This was the vision back here, and this is all they ever made was this little building down here. This is a different type of finesse. But like I said, if you say his name slowly, it's Akon. I want to know if he has the, like, did they actually give him the six? It was a $6 billion loan, right? That is crazy. Akon's $6 billion project to build a futuristic Senegal. Due to years of delays and missed payments, the city dubbed Akon City was envisioned as a high-tech, eco-friendly hub powered by renewable energy and Akon's cryptocurrency. So he has a cryptocurrency over there too. That's another. He's really a con. That's the other finesse, just making a cryptocurrency. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he also had like an energy type situation over there. He got some money to give them some energy, and they didn't get the energy. Like he's just. I mean, this is a different type finesse bull. This is different. This is different. Like, there's people that finesse and do too much, but this is different. That's different. Like, yeah, I'm gonna build y'all a whole city. And you get the money to do it and don't build it? Bro, he's gonna, like, they're gonna make a movie about this. You gotta make a movie. You gotta make a movie. You gotta make a movie about this, bro. He kind of looked like Terry Crews right here. He kind of looked like Terry Crews. But it looked like Akon ate Terry Crews. But no, for real. Like, they're going to make a movie about this. Like, Now You See Me or something like that. This is different. Like, I heard of people scamming, but like, bro, you might have over scammed. Like, that's too much scamming. That's a lot of scamming right there. You scam somebody out of a city? Like, I heard people get their wallets taken. They get their cars taken, their houses taken. You get scammed out of your house, that's bad. You get what I'm saying? They finesse the deeds from you and all that. But you scam somebody out of a city? Somebody was 10 years old when they heard about this, and they was happy to know that Akon City was on the way. They're now like 16 and it never happened. That's crazy. That's crazy. Somebody was 15 when it happened, and they had a choice to either go to college or stay home in hopes to go to Akon City. They chose to stay home. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. They chose to stay home and go to Akon City. That's crazy. That's psychological damage right there, bro. That's, I don't know. Shout out Akon. He did it bigger than anybody. I never heard of anything like this. This is crazy. Shout out Akon. You the biggest. You the biggest to ever do it. Ain't nobody ever did it like that. Like, yeah, I'm about to like, imagine talking to your man and you like, yeah, man, I just went over to Africa. I'm about to burn him out of the city real quick. You gotta stop the conversation. Like, what? Yeah, I'm about to get this city up off him real quick. A city? It's crazy. All right, moving right along, y'all. This is shout out Akon, the biggest to ever do it. The biggest. Look at him. The biggest. Look at the building he built. The building ain't even done. This is what it's supposed to look like, bro. Nah, right? Definitely need a fade, a taper or something. I need a fade, a shape up. I need everything. You got to give me everything. I need everything, bro. Bro, I was supposed to go to college, bro. I stayed because you said we was going to go to Akon City next year. That's crazy. The biggest, bro. The biggest. Ain't nobody ever did it like Akon, bro. This is a different type of finesse. All right, moving right along. I seen something with Cuban Doll. Let me see. Is Cuban Doll dissing Megan Thee Stallion? I think I seen something with Cuban Doll dissing Megan Thee Stallion, bro. Where was it at? Was it on the Academy? Let me see. Yeah, it was something like She was throwing some shots at Megan Thee Stallion. But we all know, yeah, this is what I see. Yeah, this is what I seen, y'all. It says Cuban doll claims Asian doll told her Megan Thee Stallion was flying girls out for freak offs during a trip. And this is crazy because this aligns with the new lawsuit Megan Thee Stallion has, where Megan Thee Stallion, one of her cameramen and camera people and hairstylists, are now suing her, claiming, and within the lawsuit is claiming that she was having intercourse with another girl in the back seat, and the cameraman hairstylist had to sit there and watch it. And when he said that he was uncomfortable, he was told not to say anything about this. This is what the cameraman said. She a part of Rock Nation. You know, you got throw the quotes on them Jones. This is what the cameraman said. And now the next day after that lawsuit hits the internet, Cuban doll claims Asian doll told her Megan Thee Stallion was flying girls out for freak offs during a trip. Let me see. Cuban doll. And you talk about everybody like a dog. You was just talking about Megan saying she was flying girls in, effing them, getting head, a type of freaky-ish on her trip. That's crazy. So she basically saying like Megan like the diddler. Megan like the diddler? That's insane. This new lawsuit plus this statement right here don't sound good for Megan. Megan clutching her pearls right now. Yo, Rock Nation. The whole situation is just ugly. From the Jay-Z situation, where everybody's saying that that's his kid. Allegedly, Nicki was just saying that yesterday. Megan Thee Stallion allegedly lied on Tory, and now she got this lawsuit saying that she forced her cameraman, hairstylist to watch her get hit in the back of a car. He said he was uncomfortable. He's suing her. Desiree Perez, who snitched on the Mexican cartel, is running hip hop, doesn't like her daughter's boyfriend who's black. She calls him the hard ER. She hates black people. Now her daughter's saying that she be beating her up because she's with a black guy. Desiree Perez is the CEO of Rock Nation with Jay-Z. And she's in control of a bunch of black people, but she's racist, saying that she don't like black people. This is Rock Nation, y'all. On top of that, Beyonce just dropped the album, Cowboy Carter. And don't nobody from that genre want her over there. Rock Nation got a lot going on. Rock Nation got their hands full. Yes, they do. He said it sucks because I like her music, but she's too deep into the industry, and I'm not with that. Honestly, Rock Nation is so nutty. I've been rocking with Nicki. I'm rocking with Nicki. Everything Nicki's saying is true. I seen something earlier where Charlemagne the God tried to make Nicki sound crazy, but yesterday we went over and showed that Charlemagne the God is actually in bed with Jay-Z and Rock Nation. They're on the same crisis team. It was Charlemagne the God, Alex Shapiro, who's the strongest attorney in America, Gayle King, Jay-Z, and Desiree Perez. They're all on the crisis team together. And then right after Nicki said all that stuff, here comes Charlemagne today trying to make Nicki sound crazy. Trying to take Rock Nation's side. I'm gonna rock with Nicki on this one. Because everything she said was the truth. And Charlemagne the God is officially compromised. We can't respect nothing he says. Can't respect it. I wouldn't respect it to his face. It's a lot of compromising over there. Can't respect it. Can't respect it. Can't respect it. All right. Here goes a topic that yeah, Charlemagne is definitely a puppet. Cause let's go over to Nikki's. Nikki was spitting. And she ain't lie. Like, that's the thing about it. She didn't lie. So it's like, I don't know what you want me to say. I used to love Jay-Z. But oh, she's still going in on him. Look, Nikki says, isn't it funny how Demori, who is Desiree Perez's daughter, kept trying to convince others Demori claims Roc Nation, kept trying to convince others that she was crazy and she wasn't. And even had paid medical professions and fake Nike reps involved doing mental assessments on her without her permission. Isn't it odd that Desiree Perez's own daughter is claiming they kept making false statements to get her in a mental facility? Isn't it funny how they kept trying to say Desiree Perez's black son-in-law was abusing her daughter to get him falsely imprisoned? Remember, the 3 times my home was swatted claiming a man in the home had a gun. Does this not sound familiar to what she is happening to me? Isn't it funny how they have all the mangy dogs using their trigger words now against me? Crazy, not in the right mind. The same words she used about her daughter, Charlemagne the God. Desiree, I'm not your daughter. You stupid, obsessed hoe. You hoping and praying all the truth don't come out, huh? It's over for you. Yeah, Nikki ain't stopping. Nikki, she about to go over to Kick and become a streamer. Once she become a streamer, it's gonna be a wrap. She bring the barbs over to like a streaming platform like Kick or Twitch, it's gonna be a problem. They might have to try. They might try to get Nikki out of here. Cause I remember with the Queen Radio thing, and it was crazy. Like everything she would say would be all over the place. If she were to go like to Twitch or Kick, they might try to get her out of here. She got too much of a following. This is her daughter right here. I watched this. Oh, you can't watch it. But we had Charlemagne the God today calling Nikki crazy. Right? And this was a repost by Nikki. Let's not forget who sits on the United Justice Coalition Advisory Board. Jay-Z, head of Roc Nation, Desiree Perez, their CEO of Roc Nation, and Alex Shapiro, a self-described crisis control expert. Definitely self-described because he's the strongest attorney maybe in America at their disposal. But I mean, I guess he's a crisis control expert if that's what he wants to be. Then also on that Justice Coalition is Gayle King and Charlemagne the God. So Charlemagne is actually in bed with Jay-Z. Who would have thought that after Nikki went on that rant yesterday, by today, Charlemagne is now defending Roc Nation and calling her crazy. But she didn't say anything that was a lie. This is why people are scared to go up against Roc Nation. This is just a little bit of the people on their team. You'll have Jay-Z, the strongest attorney in America, the strongest woman in the music business, Gayle King, who I would say is the most prominent black voice in daytime news right now, and Charlemagne the God, the strongest black voice on black radio right now. They'll all form against you and go against you. How you gonna survive that? How you gonna fight back? As soon as you go at him, he's gonna call the strongest lady in music, the strongest attorney in America, the strongest black voice on TV, and the strongest black voice in radio. Now they don't have the strongest black voice on the internet. That's DJ Academics, and DJ Academics is beefing with him. Who would have thought? The strongest black voice on the internet is DJ Academics, and since he's not on a list like this, they're beefing with him. They can't control the streamers. That's why DDG is out here and he like, man, I ain't scared of Rock Nation. That's why Nicki's going over to the streamers. That's why Drake, low key, is going over to the streamers. Because when he was going through it with UMG, who's managing Kendrick now? Rock Nation. Jay-Z's been trying to get rid of Drake and Young Money for the longest. Now Jay-Z's in bed with UMG. It's nothing you can do at this point. So now Drake has to go over to Sony. But I don't even know how I don't know if Sony's going to get in the bed with him like that and go up against UMG. You would think it's competitive, but it's not. They actually work together. Sony and UMG. As far as the artists, they're all just slaves to them in their eyes. So if Jay-Z's also in bed with UMG, who's the biggest label in the world right now, where do you go? You got to go to the streamers. See, I'm going to keep it a bean. I'm going to tell you what's going on behind the scenes. It's a lot of reactors and it's a lot of streamers who will tell you what's right in front of your face or what you need to know. I'll tell you what's going on behind the scenes. I'm not going to tell you everybody I know, but I get the peek back there a little bit. I get to see some things. I'll tell you what's really happening. It is what it is. You know? It is what it is, Co. What you going to do? You're not surprised Char is a puppet? Imagine Charlemagne being on this list with Jay-Z, but we're supposed to think that he's objective going at Nicki Minaj today. He went at Nicki today. Hold up. Calling her crazy. I might have to go on YouTube for this. I don't know. No? Yeah. Yeah, and this is facts. The Breakfast Club sat there talking a bunch of nonsense, and Charlemagne the Fraud was the loudest. They tried so hard to make Nicki Minaj look like the bad guy, but forgot to mention the Jigga Man still owes her $200 million. Make it make sense. And that's a fact. Everybody who was a part of Tidal, after Tidal got sold, remember when all the artists went over to Tidal? And the reason why they did was because they were offered equity in Tidal. Well, when Tidal sold for over $300 million, nobody got a part of the $300 million. Imagine, what do I have equity for? They're saying Jay-Z kept all the money. So let's hear what the Breakfast Club said today.
About black men. And
Charlemagne, stop being a weirdo. Nobody's talking about that, and you're smart. You know what she's saying. She's talking about for Kamala. Barack Obama came out and said he needs his brothers to stand up and help him with Kamala. We're not talking about for Barack Obama. We know that he was using Barack Obama and he benefited from Barack Obama. We're talking about once it was Kamala versus Donald Trump, how come you didn't come out for Kamala? He didn't because his CEO was getting pardoned by Donald Trump. So you can't support the Democratic Party. I've never heard of a 40, 50-year-old man who's made millions of dollars with the Democrats just switch like that out of nowhere. You can't. I don't even think Desiree Perez stands with the Republican Party. Because everything that's going on in LA over there, how come Desiree don't speak up? She can't. Because she got pardoned by Donald Trump. Let's keep going, y'all. Let me see. I just click something. Yeah, that's
attacked her over her cousin's testicles. And became like he couldn't reproduce.
Oh, no, I remember that. Of not doing something that you didn't even do. She didn't. Who would she ever campaign for? I'm just asking.
Her cousin's friend's testicles. Right, wrapping up.
Yeah. So yeah, they compromised. But shout out Jess Hilarious. Jess Hilarious is trying to. Jess Hilarious, you could tell Jess Hilarious's energy. She didn't want to. She can see the BS and didn't know how to play into it. everybody else on the panel, they was cool with playing into the BS. Just Hilarious was, she really didn't know how to play into the BS. She was like, which is how you got to play that, because that's crazy. All right, so we're going to go over to TikTok real quick, because I seen something else where people were calling Carnival Cruise racist. Drop it in the comments. Y'all been hearing about this Carnival Cruise situation? Stay away from Germantown, Philly. You gotta stay away from Philly in general, baby. All right. Y'all been hearing about Carnival Cruise? Miss J, you said it was cringing. Which one? Just Hilarious or the Carnival Cruise situation? Let's see what the people saying. Let's see what the people saying. Now, this Carnival Cruise situation, if you don't know, at the least, I believe you should maybe go through Royal Caribbean. Co, you saying you understand why they changed their policies? From the videos I've seen, it looked like it get a little ghetto on they stuff, but let's see.
Carnival Cruise Line is fucking racist. They just don't like black people, and I don't know why, but someone's here to explain it for us.
Carnival Cruise Line does not like black people, and they don't want black people taking their cruises, okay? It started off with the speakers telling people that they can't bring speakers no more. Why would you not want people to be able to bring speakers and listen to their own music? Anyway, now Carnival has banned rap music on their cruises. Now, I've been seeing little posts here and there the last couple of days that Carnival is not playing rap music in the clubs no more. Now, y'all tell me, a place that does not allow rap music and rap music only, no other type of music is not allowed to be played but rap music. Y'all please tell me, what is the demographic of people that they're trying to keep away?
And I wonder why they would want to be keeping these types of people away. Maybe it's because when you go on the fucking cruise, that pay.
All right, so that's why they feeling like. Let me see a video. Let me see. Let me see what's going on these Carnival cruises. Let me see. It can't be that bad, right? Nobody's acting ghetto on the Carnival cruises, right? No shot. Nobody's being ghetto. Let me see. Alright. I see a lot of black people. But it don't mean it's being ghetto though. Hold up. Let me see.
Carnival Cruise Line.
They fucking sick of y'all. And before y'all get on here talking about some, oh, they racist, they hate black people. No, they hate niggas. That's what they hate. I hate them too. They hate niggas. That's exactly what it is. And y'all don't know how to handle y'all selves. Y'all get on here, get drunk, get to fighting, being disruptive, disturbing all the other passengers. They fucking sick of y'all.
Now, Miss J, I believe Carnival is the one that banned the fans. Let me see. I'm gonna put Carnival Cruise rules. Let me see. Let's see what we got.
So, let's talk about it. I see a lot of you all are talking about.
We ain't come here for that, bro. All right, let's see. Let me pull this down some so y'all can see it. All right, it says new rules, new Carnival Cruise rules effective June 2025. Teen curfew. Guests under 18 must follow a 1 a.m. curfew in public areas unless accompanied by an adult age 21 plus. I mean, that's fair enough. Like, you know, age policy. All right, it says solo cruisers must be 21 plus. Okay. Or sail with someone 25 plus. So if they're 18, they must be with somebody. Okay. Teens aged 18 to 20. I mean, you're definitely not a teen at 20. I don't know. 18 to 20 must be backed with a guardian. So if you're 20, you got to have a guardian? 18 to 20, you got to bring a guardian? I don't know. 20 is kind of crazy. 18, 19, okay, but 20? 20 is a little crazy. All right, say fan ban. This is your time right now. Miss J, the fan ban, they got a ban on fans. It says fan ban. It says folding clack fans are no longer allowed in nightclubs and indoor dance floors for safety reasons. Battery powered fans are still allowed. Okay, they're just saying in the nightclubs and indoor dance. Why would you want to bring a fan inside the nightclub? That's fair. Pool chair rule. Leaving your chair unattended for over 40 minutes. The crew may remove your belongings to free up space. So it sounds like it was probably fights breaking out over the pool chairs. Like, yo, I left this chair here. You know what I'm saying? They probably come back. Yo, why you sitting in my chair? Bro, the chair been open for the last 40 minutes. Fair enough. Okay. All right, it says consequences. Disruptive guests can be removed without a refund and may be fined up to $5,000. So this joint just sailed. They locked you up on the cruise, and you got to pay them back $5,000. They said F around and find out. Boarding requirements. Check in online by midnight before sailing. Okay, so. I mean, none of those rules seem too crazy except for the age policy. Teens, like when you're 20, you're not a teen. 18 and 20 is crazy. You're not a teen. Must be booked with a guardian. Like if I'm 20, I'm not booking a cruise with a guardian. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, I'm taking a cruise. I don't want to be with a guardian. So let's see.
Carnival came out and said, so you think the fan ban wasn't enough? Watch this. Let's run through the list in order. The teen curfew is a big one. Everyone under 18 has to be back in their rooms.
All right, we just read that. So what do y'all think? Is this being racist? What y'all think? Carnival being racist? Or y'all think this is fair? It's fair game. So this is Royal Caribbean on the right, and this is Carnival on the left. Which one y'all choosing, chat? Chat, which one y'all choosing? Y'all going Royal Caribbean or y'all going Carnival? Look, this Royal Caribbean over here, this Carnival. Which one y'all choosing? I don't know. I ain't gonna hold you. You might hate the Royal Caribbean me. I just want to relax. I want to relax. I don't really want, you know, I don't want to see nobody fighting and all that. I ain't got time for that. I don't got time for all that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I got time for all that. I mean, this is the culture though. Like this is what it is. But on a cruise, you do kind of want to relax though. I'm hearing that they're like partying all night, all day, falling asleep on the deck, falling asleep in the hallways, throwing their trash in the hallways. I heard it's something crazy. Miss J, you going to the Royal? Cole, you going to the Royal with your all white and jumping? Look, I ain't knocking it though. You know, I ain't knocking it. I mean, they said if you do a they said if you do, look, this is a caveat. They said if you do a Carnival cruise, you gotta do the 10-day jump. If you do the 4-day jump, that's where you're gonna run into all the people from the hood. If you do a 7 to 10-day jump, ain't nobody paying all that. 7 to 10-day jump, they ain't paying all that, especially the 10-day jump. They said the 3-4-day jump, you know, you might run into some, you might have to fight back. But they said the other joint, you might be good, which is crazy, which is, you know, I don't know. Me personally, Cole, you said that's not racist. It's a time and place, and Carnival said y'all had y'all time. This ain't the place. I mean, let me see the rest of this video. Yeah, I don't know. It looks a little ghetto. But I feel like you can't just blame them, because I feel like it's a Carnival Cruise representative on the mic right now, and he's getting his time. She bugging. She tripping. She tripping. Yeah, she tripping. All right. What else we got? Y'all? Oh, we got the ceremony.
What is going on? Yeah, you better twerk, bitch. You better twerk. Bitch, I should not be hyping them up like that. What's going on? Bitch, they about to put us out. Throw it, yeah. You gotta put a little more dip in it, bitch. And they being so fucking loud, like, ooh, child, I ghetto, like, Carnival Cruise so fucking ghetto, and I love it, like. Me too, I love that shit. You love that ghetto shit? What a whole thing. Got you stink, bend that ass over, let that coochie breathe, shake that ass, bitch. Hands on the knees, hands on the knees, hands on the knees. Shake that ass for guap, now shake that ass for me, Bob.
This is crazy.
What the fuck going on?
Oh yeah.
Bitch, they come and get them.
He like them bunnies.
Let me go to my room, cause I'm not a part of the ghetto shit, bitch. Cause sir, they was being ghetto. They was clapping on tables and shit, telling them white girls shake their paper. Like, why you saying the hoes got flapjacks? You ain't even say they had gams. You said they had paper, bitch. Make it make sense, Bookie. Bitch, what is going on?
Yeah, whatever cruise she's on, whatever cruise this girl right here is on, I don't want to be on it. I'm gonna keep it a bean. You can say what you want to. I don't want to be on the same cruise as her. Yeah, I don't. I'm just being honest. All right. All right, so we held it down today. Did I miss anything? Jay, Cole, did I miss anything? I think we touched all the topics today. See where the policy came into play. I know she might be like 19. So she got to come with, look, she just can't come with somebody who 20-something. They got to be like a family member too. All kids outside, that's why they need chaperones. I agree. You know, that 18 to 20 is looking all right now. 20 is looking like a good age at this point. I'm cool with the 20 at this point. So do you think things can be turning for Jay since the judge granted for a paternity test to be done, like a little protection is coming down? I believe things are turning for the worse for Jay, because he has to answer to that paternity test, I believe, by July 18th, was it? Yeah, July 18th. So, but they originally asked for the paternity test since 2011. Alex Shapiro been working overtime to make sure Jay-Z don't got to do that paternity. I've never seen somebody run from a paternity test for over 15 years. Almost 15 years he's been running from a. You got to do, when you're famous, you got to do paternity tests all the time. There's a lot of rappers who say like, yo, I had to do paternity tests. I didn't even met this woman. But it was court ordered. So he's been choosing to run from this paternity test or at least avoid it for over 15 years. That's weird. And the kid saying like, yo, I just want my dad. I don't want no money from him or nothing. I'm already grown. I just need some closure. For a paternity test to be done, like a little lack of protection is coming. Yeah, I mean, if Jay-Z, I believe he takes the paternity test, and I just want to hear what comes out of this at this point, because I'm hearing Oskino, Philly rapper who used to be with Rockefeller, he said the young man said that Jay-Z came to his mom and tried to offer him money to be quiet. Also put a lien on his mom's house. Like bought the house and put a lien on it. Like trying to get him to be quiet. That's what Oskino said, Rock Nation, not me. And then he said something weird happened. Like this is the alleged son. So he went to his car one day and there was a gun in his car. Said it was a gun in his car. He called his man up like, yo, you left your gun in my car? He like, no, that ain't my gun. He thought it was weird. Then he said like not even a second later, the cops came down the block and locked him up saying the gun was his. He said the only way he got out of it was because there was cameras in front of his friend's house. He said that happened right after he went back to court trying to get a DNA test. I don't know. We dealing with Rock Nation. Shout out Tory Lanez. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But we do know if we find out that Jay-Z is his dad, it's a Karl Malone situation. From the NBA, they used to play for the Utah Jazz. He's a legend. Karl Malone, one of the top, I would say Karl Malone's a top 5 power forward ever in the game. Legacy tarnished forever. He had a child with a girl who I think was like 14. The boy ended up growing up to play football in the NFL. I think he's still in the NFL right now. And his dad is Karl Malone. Which is crazy. So if Jay-Z's this kid's dad, that means Jay-Z was 20 something and his mom was 15. I don't know why Jay-Z wouldn't want to take that paternity test for over 15 years and avoid it. I just know if somehow he doesn't take the paternity test on the 18th of this month, I don't know. Something's weird. Or if something happens to the kid somehow, something's weird. I don't know. I would tell the kid to just stay somewhere safe with his cell phone off. Don't tell nobody where you're at. And figure all this stuff out. Because weird stuff happens to people that Rock Nation can't control. You know, allegedly. This is all for entertainment purposes. But this is what everybody else said. I didn't say anything. This is what Oskino said. This is what the kid said. He's doing interviews. He said his mom said Jay-Z, or Sean Carter's what she called him, is her dad. Is his dad. He said he had a stepdad. His stepdad signed the birth certificate. But then once the mom said dad, him, the mom, and the stepdad had to then go amend the birth certificate, like revoke the parenthood. Everybody told him the truth. So then he could turn around and then get a DNA test, because the courts was like, no, with the stepfather being on the birth certificate, you can't ask for a DNA test from Sean Carter. So the family went through all the trouble, and it's a headache, to amend the birth certificate. so then he could get closure and find out who his real father is. That's a lot of work for somebody just to be lying. And it's also a lot of work to avoid a DNA test for 15 years. I don't even know how you do that. You got to be like a really rich, well-connected guy to avoid a DNA swab for over 15 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like you'll probably have to like wait for him to drink some water and throw like the cup in the trash or something like that, and then get that cup or something crazy. I don't know. Marie, what's up, Marie? Make sure you drop a like on the stream. What we talking about? He said he messed with that child. That's why he avoiding it. Back in the day, people didn't bat an eye at child predators, especially if they had money. That's his son. Marie, I agree. Yo, some of the stories I hear from the old heads about like just how like dudes was really messing with kids. Like how dudes was really picking chicks up from high schools and all that stuff because they had money. You know, I mean, you're avoiding a DNA test for 15 years. That's a little crazy, y'all. That's a little crazy. Let's go over to Poetic Flacco real quick. Like, that's what kind of threw me off. Like, that's what kind of made me stop and look at it. Like, I don't know, Marie. 15 years, and I believe on the 18th he has to respond to it again. But it's like, let me see.
Fruit snacks is bad. Fruit snacks is bad. Fruit or alleged children of theirs that's literally going to define their legacy. It's gonna make or break their careers. The allegations in these lawsuits are so insane and crazy that depending on the results, these people could be finished, done, cooked. Jay-Z on one hand is being accused of fathering a child called Ramir with a 15-year-old when he was in his 20s, and he's been—
How old is she? 1-5. Okay. I mean, that's a reason to want to avoid DNA test.
Been dodging and ducking and avoiding a DNA test with Ramir like the plague for almost 5 years now. Taking this DNA test has literally been Jay-Z's worst nightmare. He's been avoiding it and ducking it, which is why the update that took place in court today is going to have Jay-Z up at night for a very long time. Desiree Perez, on the other hand, is being accused of being the CEO of Roc Nation, who deals and signs nothing but black artists. She's been accused of calling her daughter's husband the Hard ER. To a lot of y'all, that's nothing. But to be the CEO of a label that deals with nothing but black artists, you're in for a world of trouble if that's proven in court that you did it. She's also being accused of weaponizing the police department to get the daughter's husband locked up multiple times because he's black and she don't like black folks, according to the daughter. She also utilized her connections to get the daughter institutionalized into a mental health hospital. And
the crazy part is Jay-Z's dealing with his CEO is a rat. And they weaponize the police against everybody. Shout out Tory Lanez. But this is Jay-Z. He's supposed to be anti-police and stuff like that, but they're weaponizing the police. I don't know.
No, she's never been mentally ill. And, you know, she put trackers on the daughter. She put spies to follow the daughter, hired a private investigator, bought a house across the street from the daughter to watch and stalk the daughter. So these are the accusations that she's currently enduring. Just like how Jay-Z been avoiding that DNA test like the plague, Desiree Perez has been avoiding deposition like the plague. She's been filing motion after motion after motion, telling the judge, yo, I'm a CEO, I'm very busy, I can't be deposed. This is very damaging to my public career. She also got a gag order on the daughter so the daughter can move forward with his case. And the judge has demanded that Jay-Z responds to Ramir paternity lawsuit by July 18th.
I was 7. My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now. And she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young.
Bro, look at his nose, bro. Look at the nose, bro. Look at the nose. Look at the nose.
And, you know, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really, this was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. She continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years, even until I was grown. He never tried to contact me in any type of way, and That's all I'm asking. Is like, 'cause I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot. And as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person enough. And I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything.
Oh, they got the same teeth? Hey, you got the same
I'm
teeth.
not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person enough. And I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money.
Hold up, he got the same little teeth. Oh, man, I don't know, bro. He got the same teeth, just his yellow. I don't know, man. This is spooky. It's spooky, y'all. This is spooky. This is spooky, y'all. And the shaky voice, teeth, ears, face, hell. Maury, that's crazy. But the craziest part of this is with hold up.
Yeah, anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. Just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting
Mayor and his family as cloud chasers and as liars, and they're people who are wasting his time. Now, for me specifically, my opinion on this changed once I seen a document from 2011 where they were trying to petition Jay-Z for a DNA test in 2011. These people were so serious or so confident that Jay-Z was the father of Ramir that they had to take away parental rights from the stepdad, like de-establish paternity, in order for them to go after Jay-Z, and they did it. Because at the time, I believe the stepfather was stepping in, took like parental rights, took guardianship of the son. So because of that, the court is saying, yo, he already has a father. There's no legal avenue here for us to demand that Jay-Z step up. They took away those rights from the stepdad, Robert Graves, to make sure that Jay-Z can get served or they can go after Jay-Z. That's how serious these people are, bro. Jay-Z's former artist, Oshina.
That's crazy. So, like, imagine the family went through all that, taking away the parental rights and all that. Just to, like, that's a lot of work. Like, that means, like, they know for a fact it's Jay-Z. That's a lot of work, y'all. That's a whole lot of work to be doing something like that. I don't know. Let's keep going, y'all.
So he actually spoke to Ramir.
This is Oskino from Oskino and Sparks from State Property, who was around Jay-Z, who actually contacted the young man.
He actually received more information on this that have convinced Oshino that Jay-Z is the father.
Did you see, I think the girl like Tasha K, she got a joint Jay-Z son on there?
Oh, his alleged son?
No. If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah. You know what I think his son? First of all, Jay-Z offered him money. At first, he offered him bread, like, and everything, but his aunt, this is like his caretaker didn't like approve of it. She said, no, Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. Yeah, the lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but Young Boy so.
That's crazy. So he tried to offer Ramirez's mom money, but the aunt said no. So Jay-Z went and put a lien on her house. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff that you like for somebody who's just telling a lie. If it's not the truth, just take the DNA test and get them out your face. So, come on, y'all. Drop it in the comments. What y'all think about this?
Thorough though, he just wanted dad. He not trying to get no money. He not trying to do none of that. I mean, that's why. So I told him when he called me 2 years ago, I said, listen, I don't want to be the one to tell your story because they're going to think I'm trying to catch rep off of it. So let me let you tell your story somewhere else first. I mean, then I can talk about it. But he called me like 2 years ago telling me like, I said, oh, young boy. He's like, I just want a dad. I don't want no money. I'm already 18. I think he was like 20 something at the time. But something happened to him and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of weird. He said he was coming out from work, going to work, and there was a gun in his car. Like when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said he went to go like call his man, like, yo, did you leave a gun in my car? His man's like, no. He said, why you on the phone talking to his man? The cops pull up and lock him up. He said, he told the cops, no, that's not my gun. He's like, so he went in the building he was in and they seen somebody pulled up and put the guns in his car.
Oh.
And pulled off. I said, bro, I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know what. He's like, yeah, so like Jay-Z had a gag order against him, like trying to get a gag order and trying to. And my thing is, if this is not my son, I'll just take a test.
So, hold up. Let's put it all together. He tried to offer this man's family money to shut up. He put a lien on his mom's house. And he put a gag order on him. So he can't, or tried to put a gag order so he can't talk about it. That's a lot of work instead of just taking the DNA test. Famous people take DNA tests all the time. That's a lot of work instead of just taking the DNA test. That's crazy.
Get over it. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you did dodge and whatever, to me, I don't know. I think his mom was underage or something when he was born, so I think that's probably.
Oh. I haven't seen the lien, the paperwork, or nothing in regard.
I don't know. I ain't seen none of it either. That's what Oskino said. And he tapped in. Beyonce wasn't pissed for nothing. That's nasty. That is nasty. Where the young bull at? Look at the teeth, y'all. They got the same overbite type time. Like the teeth come up to a point like this. You know what I'm saying? It's up at a point like this. Like the gums are going to a point. And then it's at such a point in the front that this tooth overlaps that tooth because it's like a triangle. And then you look at this tooth right here and that tooth right there. It's the same. I don't know, man. What y'all think? What y'all think, y'all? And this is how it goes at the end of the dream, you know? At the end of the dream, it all falls apart, man. Everything that's done in the darkness comes to the light. Look at Rock Nation. All this stuff that was done in the darkness is all coming to the light all at once. All this stuff that was done in the darkness is coming to the light all at once. If I was Ramir, if he done offered your family money and y'all said no to be quiet, put liens on y'all houses so y'all can shut up. He's saying like somebody put a gun in his car, that he barely escaped it because his friend had cameras out front. At this point, before July 18th, Ramir, I would say you need to go into hiding, bro. Because, like, what's the next step? Code, what you say? They play all day like this is drag for no reason. The proof is in the pudding. Bro, how do you avoid this for 15 years? Like a court order DNA test. How do you avoid it? I don't even know how you do that. It's because your lawyer is Alex Shapiro. You got the strongest lawyer in America. And you avoid a DNA test for 15 years? That's insane. Because there's no way that you can, if you take the DNA test and it's your child, then you got to say that you had a child with somebody who we're on YouTube, so 1-5. That's how old she was, and Jay-Z was in his 20s. I'm a big Kendrick fan. But when it comes to Rock Nation, I don't like the way that they have been handling the industry and been handling media. I feel like media has a place in the industry. Like, without media, there is no, like, Kevin Durant used to get mad at the media. And it was like, Kevin Durant, you do understand, without the media, there is no Kevin Durant. Without the media, you wouldn't be making all this money. LeBron James understood that. He didn't get mad at the media. He just created his own media company. That's what you do. But you don't try to destroy the media, and I don't like that. I don't like all these cop and police games. You know? Like what's going on with Tory Lanez. Like what happened with Megan Thee Stallion. What this young man is saying, like somebody just put a gun in his car. How like they use, like allegedly using, you know, their position with the law to get people out of there. Like I think like these dudes is known for being some of the biggest hustlers in the world. Like when has it been cool to snitch on your opponent to get him locked up so you could take over the block? That was never cool. But that's like what Rock Nation's strategy is. Like if you was hustling next to Rock Nation, they wouldn't beef with you. They wouldn't try to out hustle you. They wouldn't beef with you on the block and shoot it out. They gonna call the cops, get you locked up, and that's how they gonna take over the block. I don't like that. I think that's nasty. Like on no level. And I ain't in the streets like that. But I just think that's nasty. What y'all think? Is that nasty? Like, and then you like you're self-proclaimed the hustler, all this other stuff. But like now that you're in the industry, your way of taking over is to put the cops on people. Like I just think that's just nasty. That's just like, that's low down. That's scummy. And all that stuff is alleged. We got to keep saying this because we're dealing with Rock Nation. Like they'll put Alex Shapiro on me. A $10 million lawyer, 30, 40, $50 million lawyer. They'll send him to send a cease and desist to somebody like me. And that's how they're trying to control the media. And it's nasty. I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't care how famous I was as an artist or whatever. I would never try to control the media like that. It's nasty. So, we'll see. July 18th. Remind me, chat, July 18th, we got to look inside and see if Jay-Z has submitted a DNA sample to the courts. What happens if you don't submit a DNA sample? Does it like what happens? Do you have to submit a DNA sample? Right? I think you have to eventually. I mean, but it's like he hasn't done it in 15 years. I don't even know if he has to. Like he might I don't even this is what billionaires do. Like you just don't have to submit a DNA sample to see if this kid is your son. Y'all got the same teeth and everything. Like you just don't have to submit a DNA sample. I don't know. Like what happens? So just remind me on July 18th. We got to look into this again, chat. I don't know if we're going to be streaming tomorrow, but we will be dropping a bunch of videos. We're going to chop some of these things up, send them out to y'all. You already know. Did we miss anything? Jay, Cole, did we miss anything? I think that's everything. But Miss J, it's been 15 years. I'm sure the judge has been trying to force it, right? It's 15 years? Like if the first suit went out 15 years ago, the judge must have been saying like, yo, you got to come do something about it. Like, how do you avoid it? That like the judge been trying to, I don't even know if it's court ordered, yes. But knowing them, they're going to blackmail the fam to pull back. They've been blackmailing them. That's what Oskino said. I don't know. That's what Oskino said. That's crazy. I've never seen or heard anything like this. The kid first asked for the DNA test 15 years ago, and he still hasn't submitted it. But offered his family money to shut up, put liens on their house. I don't know. If the judge was pushing it, he'd be wanted. Well, the judge is pushing it. They said July 18th, he gotta submit. Yeah, July 18th. He has to submit a DNA sample. But what I'm saying is, if the initial, what's up, Kick Rocks? My guy. Hold it down for the hold it down. Shout out my man Kick Rocks. I'm still waiting for that content, bro. You know, I'm gonna come through and show you some love, bro. But yeah, but what I'm saying is like now it looks like the judge is ordering it, right? But my whole thing is like if he was this is 15 years ago. Like he had to been trying to get him to come. Like how do you avoid it? Like how do you would they put a warrant out for his arrest? It would be contempt. Okay. Well, Ramir, I would say hide. Because if he's done all this stuff to try to allegedly, this is what Oskino said, they'll put Alex Shapiro on me and tell me to shut up. So I got to keep saying allegedly. If he did all that, put liens on your mom's house, offer them money. He's saying like something weird with a gun happened. All this stuff. And now it's a final date of July 18th. It kind of reminds me of that Krishan Rock situation with her baby dad. Where Blueface, the DNA test said the kid ain't his, right? The other dude was like, yo, the kid mine. Krishan Rock and the baby was due for the final court date And before the final court date, the young man was killed. He was going to court with Krishan Rock. Krishan Rock didn't want him to be the baby dad. She wanted it to be Blueface. And before the last court date, out of nowhere, that young man got killed. And Tasiki, Krishan Rock's sister, was alluding that Krishan Rock had something to do with him being killed. And remember, Blueface said that ain't my child. I don't know. All I'm saying is, Ramir, if all that stuff is happening, you should probably definitely lay low and relax before July 18th, because that's a lot. And that's a lot of money. He might be in bed with the judges too. That's how he was able to avoid it for so long. Marie, he is. He has Alex Shapiro on his side. That's the strongest attorney in the US, in my opinion. So he is in bed with the yeah. Kick Rocks TV, they put a warrant out for me when I didn't do paternity back when I was younger. So you're the perfect comment. You're the perfect comment. So they put a warrant out for you. So how is he avoiding it for 15 years? Proof money is power. He might find a way around it. That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know, man. Like, this is why people are afraid of Rock Nation. Bro said they put a warrant out from him for the rip. Jay-Z, he over in Paris dressed like Basquiat. Not giving a damn. They suspended my license and everything. Wow. You think they did all that stuff to Jay-Z? I don't know. I don't think they did all that to Jay-Z. Because he's just out here. But it's crazy because I remember hearing this back when I was in high school, that he had another, like a son. Like, you would hear it from state property and stuff like that. So yeah, Kick Rocks TV, you the perfect comment. So they suspended your license, did all that from the rip. But here, Jay-Z, he hasn't had to submit one for 15 years. They wouldn't. He's got the money to fight it and shut down the whole precinct. I agree. Yeah, I knew the power of Rock Nation with the story from Desiree Perez's daughter. When Desiree Perez's daughter said she got locked up because Desiree Perez called the Miami Police Department and basically told them to go lock her daughter up. This is what the daughter said. And then the reason why she got locked up is because the daughter went to go meet up with a Nike rep who wasn't even a Nike rep. It was a doctor who was a well-known doctor who then 302'd her. This is from the daughters, who 302'd her off a conversation. But she never was crazy or nothing like that. So it was like one of the top doctors from Miami. She got the police department to do what she wanted. And she got the judge to do what she wanted, all on her daughter. After I seen that, I said, yo, Rock Nation is different. Rock Nation is different. I mean, who else do you need on your side? You got the top doctor to do whatever you want to people. You got the police department to do whatever you want to people. And you got the judges. I mean, like, how do you even fight back? How you going to fight back? I don't know. I don't know what you do up against that. That's a different beast. And then channels like mine, see, like, I'm gonna keep it G. I like Kendrick. Kendrick's in bed with Rock Nation. I can separate the two. You get what I'm saying? But when I stop and look at Rock Nation and study them, I'm like, yo, they moving real wild over there. Like, just like looking at the whole Tory Lanez situation. better yet, it was the Tory Lanez situation that gave it away, that made me really look into him. When the news came out about Tory Lanez, how there was new evidence and all that stuff, and then within 2 days, he was stabbed randomly almost to death by a guy that he doesn't even know why he did it. And then that guy then we was all pointing at Rock Nation. And then that same guy who did it, this is what gave it away. He goes on TMZ and tells them why he stabbed Tory Lanez up, as if he's getting interviewed. And I'm like, how you doing an interview on TMZ before you even go to trial? As if you're trying to get the heat off of Rock Nation and say, this is why I did it. Oh, I did it his first story that came out was he did it because Tory Lanez tried to talk to his girl. That didn't stick. We seen through that. We was like, well, Tory Lanez is rich. And he was just pounding Megan Thee Stallion through the floor. Why would he be worried about your girl? This dude nailing Megan Thee Stallion. This is when she was on fire. He nailing everybody in the industry. Why would he be worried about your girl? What are you talking about? We didn't believe it. Then the next story was he had put money on my head and I heard that, so I stabbed him up. But you're telling TMZ that before you even go to trial. Better yet, you've never talked to TMZ a day in your life. And that's when my antennas went up, and that's when I started digging deeper into Rock Nation, and that's when I noticed that they are evil. That is an evil organization. That's when I noticed that. Yeah, it does feel like a fever dream for real. Yeah, that's when because look, Kick Rocks TV, you know, I do my reactions, and I'm looking at it, and I'm just minding my business. I'm like, Jay-Z, he that bull. But when all that stuff started happening, I still stand for right and wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't solid, if you ain't moving right, like Tory Lanez didn't deserve none of this stuff. If anything, Kelsey is on file and she got immunity. We know Kelsey shot him. She shot Meghan. Every witness that was there said she shot Meghan. The first time Meghan said something happened, she said her back was turned. Everybody saying Kelsey, including Kelsey, is saying she shot Meghan. Tory, being a stand-up guy, takes the rap, and he's going through all this. Come on, man. I can't just be a Jay-Z fan and not be 100 about that, bro. You gotta stand for something, bro. Like, I understand the internet saying, like, oh, let's just be on Jay-Z's side. And I've been that guy before and just been apologetic for Hov. But this ain't right. That's when I started digging. That's when I started noticing things that just ain't cool. Like, y'all moving like different. Like, y'all moving like the bad guys of the movie different. Like, y'all moving like Dr. Evil or something like that. Like, this is like a different type of June. I agree, Kick Rocks TV, but if you really didn't, like, his energy was like that because his DNA wasn't on the gun. He's in court thinking like, yo, there's no evidence saying I did it. So his energy was like, yo, this is a waste of my time. I agree with you there. But you being Tory Lanez and there's literally no evidence saying you did it. What evidence says he did it? So he's sitting back looking at it, and then he's looking at Kelsey get immunity before she talks, and he's like, there's no, like, everybody from Poetic Flacco to DJ Academics, everybody from the inside said there's no way he gets convicted, and he gets convicted, and he gets it, and they put a stipulation on him where they gave him there in the max of the situation, something that district attorney never did in California. But he was in bed with Rock Nation also. Like, yeah, Tory didn't help himself, but that doesn't stop the fact that, like, that just shouldn't happen to him. Better yet, the eyewitness that the last video just came out, he was a witness for Tory. When he came to say his piece, when he got called to the stand, when he was about to get called to the stand, Before he got called to the stand, Roc Nation took him up to the 5th floor. When he came back down, this is a witness for Tory Lanez saying he didn't do it. When he came back downstairs, he changed his whole story and said Tory Lanez did do it. And everybody in the courtroom, including Poetic Flacco, DJ Academics, were dumbfounded. And later on, we found out that he was scared for his life. I understand being confident, but like, who deserves that? Nobody deserves that. There's no way I could be G and I just like play the industry games and act like that's cool. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's like, the code is dead. People that follow the code become the fall guy today. Hey, 6ix9ine showed you that. 6ix9ine showed you that. That's facts. That's a fact. That's a Fendi fact. That's a Fendi fact. But yeah, like I gotta. Oh yeah, it was definitely a predetermined outcome. It was never, because everybody was in bed with each other. You going up against the DA, but the DA is in bed with Roc Nation. So it's like, you're not going to win. The DA is right there with the judge. You ain't beating that. I mean, I don't know. And then as soon as the evidence comes out saying that you're like, you didn't do it, like more evidence comes out, you almost get stabbed to death randomly. I mean, by a reject Mexican. He don't belong to nobody. I mean, I don't know what you call that, man. But when I seen all that stuff, I had to keep it a bean. I had to keep it G. I had to call it out like I see it. I had to take a step back from Jay-Z and Roc Nation and really look at what I was dealing with. And I've done that before. I did that with Drake. If a lot of people don't know, I was a huge Drake fan. But when I seen on my channel, it's a video, got like 500,000 views right now. When I seen how he was stealing everybody's songs, then when I seen how he was treating all his artists, I took a step back and I kept it G. I'm not a man of any type of integrity or honor if I can't keep it G about nothing. Like, if you turn a blind eye to everything, you might as well just be Charlemagne the God and try to laugh everything off and just be soulless. Nah, you gotta stand for something. You gotta keep it G about something. I'm not saying you can't play the game to get your money and make sure your family's straight. We gonna do that. But we ain't about to just be a part of or just acknowledge a man being railroaded just because we love a rapper. I don't love that rapper that much. I've seen lawyers go into courtrooms literally controlling the whole room. Judge just listening to demands and actually falling in line. Kick Rocks TV. That's facts. I had a case maybe at this point, it gotta be about 5 years ago. I'll tell you a story. I had a case maybe 5 years ago. Where it was actually serious, where I was looking at some serious time. And I was going around to different lawyers seeing who could help me. Because where it happened at, it happened in the spot. I ain't even gonna say where it happened at. I ain't gonna say who the lawyer is, just because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. It happened somewhere in Pennsylvania. I'll say that. Not in Philadelphia, where I used to frequent, like outside of Philadelphia in one of the little townships where it gets a little sticky. You get what I'm saying? Philadelphia is black. Around them townships, it's not. Now, something fairly serious happened where I was looking at some serious time. So I was going around to different lawyers because I had already got word when you bring a Philadelphia lawyer, who I usually deal with, into those small townships, the township feels some type of way when them type of lawyers come over there as if you some type of high roller. All right. So I went to go look for a lawyer over there who knows the courtroom. I ended up settling on the last lawyer on my list. That lawyer, and I'll tell you why I chose him. He said, the judge that's in there right now and the judge that's looking at your case, I paid for some of his funds to run for his seat. He owes me a few favors. Every judge has to run for their position or, get voted in. This specific judge, my attorney at the time, paid a big chunk of his campaign. It cost me a little extra, but so everybody owes somebody a favor. And it's safe to say that I went with that attorney at the time. And when I went through that situation, I looked at the whole situation different after that. I looked at it all different. Because what if you're on the other end of that? You get what I'm saying? If that's the games they playing back there, and then after that, I was like, I ain't getting in trouble no more. Because it's really, I'll give you him for him. I'll give you him for him. That's what's really going on. But luckily, the attorney I went with, he paid for, and that's he explained that to me. He was like, yeah, he owes me a few favors. I actually paid for his campaign to get his seat. He had only been in there for a few months. The judge, was probably like in his like 50s or 60s or something like that. It's pretty kind of old. But yeah, and that problem went away. I ended up only getting a summary offense from the situation. And in PA, a summary offense, that's actually underneath a misdemeanor. But I was facing some F1s. So yeah. Marie. What you say, Kick Rocks? He said, I actually ended up with a good one as a public defender in one of my cases. Literally sent me home day of the case when I thought I was doing time for sure. Yeah, you can get a public defender. They gotta really feel you though. If you can get a public defender that feel you. You get what I'm saying? He'll go talk to the judge like, yo, but he gotta feel you. You might be you was his one for the day. Let's say if he had 30 cases that day, you was his one. You got to be his one. Marie, I've been knew RN was nutty by how they did Tierra Marie and many other artists back then. Yeah, I agree. Marie. Tierra Marie, they did her all the way bad, didn't they? They cooked Tierra Marie. They cooked her. Kick Rocks TV, he had the judge in his pocket before it even began. He taxed you for the favor. Oh, for sure. For sure. You already. Yeah, he had like an apartment / like suite right across the street from the courthouse, man. He was on like the 3rd floor. You could look out his window while we was sitting down at his table. And yeah, he had all that in his pocket. We was just sitting there. He was talking, pointing over at the courtroom, telling me what he can do in there, and let me know everything that was going down. But when he told me that, I looked at it completely different after that. Because I was wide-eyed thinking like, you know what I'm saying? I can get a good lawyer and spank the case. Because I done had other situations in Philly where I spanked out. You get what I'm saying? So I just looked at it like that. You got to get the right lawyer. And then that's why, when you do hear of good lawyers in your city that be spanking cases and all that stuff, a lot of times it's Jewish guys. And if you go down to your courthouse and look at the judges, sometimes it be Jewish judges. They be a part of the same fraternities and stuff like that. It ain't just you got a good lawyer. You got a good lawyer who's in the right city and he's a part of the right circles. And this lawyer is going to be funneling money through. Come on, man. Everybody in the city who hustle got the same lawyer. Because that lawyer know how to, he good with everybody. And then the judge going to be taking money from the lawyer while he, come on, man. What we talking about? It gets sticky, Kid Rock. It gets sticky. Miss J, especially small towns. Yeah, because small towns, they don't get the funding. small towns, they be like a couple seconds away from losing their police force. So they gotta get the money somehow. But yeah, right outside Philadelphia, a lot of people think Philadelphia is like the city of Pennsylvania. No, it's actually a small piece of Pennsylvania. I got inside a little situation right outside, and we call it what it is. It's actually like really like a little white town. Yeah, they was about to cook my ass. And then when I got word, because I went to go talk to this black lawyer, and she was like, from the city, she was like, they really don't like when we even come out there because they feel as though we trying to show them up. Talk about they go out there and be losing when they winning. Y'all lost when y'all won. Who I need to go talk to? She gave me like a list of lawyers to go talk to, and then the last person I talked to, they told me that, and I was like, yeah, I'm sold. But he taxed me like an extra $5,000, man. I'll go as far as he taxed me like an extra $5,000 and told me what the outcome was going to be. And the outcome actually was a little bit better than what I thought, because I ended up just getting like a summary offense. And with a summary offense, it I think it falls off your jaw by itself after like 5 years, as long as you don't get in trouble again. Yeah. Kick Rocks TV say most judges are retired cops in most states. More of these people tied in with one another than we think. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. They in the same circles. They play it off like they against each other to us because we not in their circles. You get what I'm saying? We just wide eyed and but to them they like they busting it up. Like I'm almost positive that extra $5,000, him and the judge probably bust that down. You get what I'm saying? Because he was already taxing me just from the rip. So yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, we're gonna do this again. I don't know if we're gonna stream tomorrow. We're definitely gonna be dropping a lot of videos tomorrow, or a nice amount of them. I really look forward to the day that I'm just a full-time streamer. I love doing this. I love kicking it with y'all. I love it. But I still do got a job, y'all. And I gotta go. I don't even like to call it my job. I call this my job. I gotta go kick it with them tomorrow. So I probably won't have time to stream tomorrow. But we gonna be back. We definitely gonna be back. We definitely gonna be back by Sunday, but we definitely be dropping videos Friday and Saturday. A lot of videos Friday and Saturday. A lot of videos, cause I got time for that. But like to do a stream, I gotta give y'all my undivided. I gotta really write up like all our topics and all that stuff. I gotta make sure I come correct. And that's why I kind of fell back for a couple days. Kick Rocks TV, shout out Broski. You was in them comments, man. You said, where you at, G? I said, yo, I gotta get back. Shout out Miss J. She was in my DM. Like, yo, what you doing? You good? Shout out Co. She was like, yo, you good? What you doing? And I just wanted to come back correct for y'all, man. Cause like I really want to grow this channel. I really want to be one of them ones for y'all. I want us to be one of them ones because I believe in our chat. And, I got to put my best foot forward if y'all going to come through and hold me down. That's how you got to carry it. You feel me? All right. So it's your boy, What's Up, G. I'll be seeing y'all soon. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. That's why, I got to keep it G with y'all. All right. So when we going to end this with another one of my tracks from the upcoming album, this is called The Rain. You know what I'm saying? This is what... Yep, Ramir going through the rain right now. He looking to the left and the right. Ain't nobody got his back. G got your back over here, Ramir. All right? Ain't nobody say they love y'all. I love y'all. I'm out, y'all. This is crazy.
Staring in your eyes. eyes, know this shit just not the same. Got me fighting tears and holding back this pain. I love you, girl. Tell me that you love me. Got me stuck up in your game. Nobody had my back when it rained. I know you won't. You see a nigga flashing when I'm up, yeah, I'm the same one. But who won't hold it down when the rain come? Better yet, the pain come. Lost some friends when they seen the fame come. The one who had your back, I was the main one. Knowing I'm the one, homie. Nah, we don't run, homie. Mama making sure I keep my gun on me. One up top, I might have my son on me. Ready for action, can't be no dumb, homie. Saying we family, then why you come for me? You was my dummy, but then you changed on me. Had an umbrella back when it rained on me. Charge it to the game, homie. Cut you off, now you can't put the blame on me. When you come around, I'm not the same, homie. Why? Mama would tell me be careful, cause they not your friends. Be careful with them hoes, they want your ends. I love you, mama. When I got that call, they said I lost my best friend. I grabbed my gat, young nigga, had to spin. I had to spin. I told everybody I'm about to make it off rap. Fat boy, the only one that had my back. I love you, nigga. Niggas is tired of running laps, no cap. I put my whole hood on the map. Fact, it's a dub. I ain't coming through your club and get my pole in it. Fans started choosing cause I'm cold with it. Hating from these old niggas. Took a couple losses, I just roll with it. Game needed life, I put my soul in it. It's a dub. I ain't coming through your club and get my pole in it. Fans started choosing cause I'm cool with it. Hating from these old niggas. Took a couple losses, I just roll with it. Game needed life, I put my soul in it. Staring in your eyes, know this shit just not the same. Got me fighting tears and holding back this pain. I love you, girl. Tell me that you love me. Got me stuck up in your game. Nobody had my back when it rained. I know you won't. You see a nigga flashing when I'm up, yeah, I'm the same one. But who gon' hold it down when the rain come? Better yet, the pain come. Lost some friends when they seen the fame come. The one who had your back, I was the main one. Quad.